Whiskey and Cannoli's podcast. Let's get this shit straightened out here. Why is Tim above you? That's bullshit. Whiskey and Cannoli's podcast, episode number 7. Holy shit! What a week! What a week! Yes, got 7 episodes down. Lots of talent on this show. When I talent, I just mean me and Tanner. All right, so we got a big show today. We got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a fun one. We're gonna start it off with the college football preview because it is getting close. It is starting soon, so we're gonna start there. Yeah, it's getting close to that, and we're gonna finish this off. We're gonna have a few rants. Filipino Meeple has a rant he says to go on, and I got my own damn rant to go on. It's going to be a good one. We're going to talk about She-Hulk. We're going to talk about, of course, I call it Lord of the Identity Politic Rings, and a bunch of other crap. But we're going to start off light and calm because we're going to talk about college football. Preview that.
Can you imagine that college football is the light and calm?
It's the light subject now because of everything else, all the other bullshit going on in the world. All right, so let's just get right into it, guys. So we got college football starting next week, and we have the I'm just going to pull it up here, the preseason polls. And these things drive me absolutely goddamn crazy because I think they're just ridiculous. We were just talking about this before the show. So we have the poll who, obviously Alabama, Ohio State, and Georgia round out the top 3. So let's just go to the list. So here's the top at least 14 or 15 teams here. Now, we were just talking about how a lot of these teams, some of them shouldn't be here. We don't understand why certain teams are positioned where they're at. So I think I'm going to leave this. Let's go ahead and let's go with Whiskey Banger on this one. Is the college football aficionado with Filipino Meatball. So obviously Alabama, Ohio State, and Georgia. I don't think anybody really has a major problem with those two. Those 3 teams at the top. Based off their track record, previous seasons, but going below that, it gets a little fishy. So, what do you guys think about this list? This is a little nuts, isn't it?
Clemson, what the hell have they done lately?
Not won ACC championships.
Yeah,
that's what they've done.
Well, the ACC had the best quarterback group of any Power 5.
That
clearly,
could be accurate. Clearly,
yeah. Now
I hate the preseason friggin'.
We talk about it every year. Don't we go through this every year with the preseason rankings? We just every time they put these certain teams at a specific position and they never pans out. Filipino Meatball is even a Notre Dame fan, and he said that they shouldn't be at number 5.
Not even close.
Nope.
Not even. Look, they bring back 4 starters on the offensive line and someone that was hurt. So they have 5 experienced starters on the defensive line. They got to transfer in to replace Kyle Hamilton on the back end of that defense.
Right.
Everything else is going to be moving parts. They're going to have a brand new quarterback who hasn't started since his junior year in high school. And he's a true sophomore. I can't get behind that. And by putting him in there, he is legitimately, you dictate how you play. Now you have to run the zone read. You 100% have to now. And I'm like, you don't have a running back that's experienced that's going to carry the load. You don't have any playmakers on the outside that are established. What are they going to do? The 3 yards in a cloud of dust because they have a stud offensive line? I just don't know how they're going to score.
Well, let me ask you what you think about this. I heard yesterday online. God, I forgot what show it was. People think Michigan and Notre Dame should be swapped. What do you think about that?
I think
Michigan should be 5.
I think Michigan could be 5. Notre Dame should be in the 15 to 20 range. I think the idea of them being single digits just boggles my mind because they have nothing coming back. They have a rookie quarterback, not just a rookie quarterback that hasn't taken any real starter quality snaps in college football, but he's 2 years removed from taking quality starter snaps.
Right. Yeah, I think that was the first discussion when the Whiskey Banger sent us the list that came out last week. We were like, wait a minute, who is? I think my question was with the bottom half. Well, let me ask you this. I'm gonna go a little.
Before you go bottom half. Oregon 11. I don't want.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of weird. And again, we were talking about before the show, Miami. Everybody's riding them right now. They're a popular pick because
Tyler Van
usually are
Dyke.
2 years. So being a Penn State fan, they're not even.
How are you not on this list?
Yeah, I could understand you want to put them. And then Whiskey Man, we talked about this recently. If you want to put Penn State towards the bottom, I have no problem with it. I don't know how. I literally have no idea how they're going to do this year. The talent's there. But their offense is a little weak. Their quarterback plays okay. I like but still, I don't think they're there yet. Their next year's recruits are even better. So I think not this season, next season they'll be better. But to not be in the top 25, would you put them? I'm saying if you want to put them even at 19, 20, 21, fine. But to not put them on the list at all, I don't know. Something just irks me about that. And I'm not saying they're going to be a playoff team. I'm not saying they're going to win a national championship this year. But they should start off at least in the top 25, at least in my view.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you scroll back up and look at just the top 10, it drives me insane. So like you said before, the top 3, no question. I mean, Bama's Bama.
That's fine.
Ohio State, in my opinion, is the best team going in next year. Yeah. But I'm totally cool with them being number 2. Georgia just won a natty. They lost a lot of people, but they're reloading.
They have the best pass rusher in the country coming back.
Yeah, Nolan Smith.
No, Anderson. Nolan Smith's the best linebacker in the country. And I'll die on that hill.
Who are you talking about, Bama or Georgia?
For Georgia. Or Will Anderson from Bama? Oh, my bad. Will Anderson from Bama. My bad.
Jeez.
Oh, my God.
My brain was the gerbil was stalling.
What are you talking about? Will Anderson's going to be the number 1 pick. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Will Anderson. He's the best defensive player in the country coming back from Bama. So
he's
Bama's
Joey Bosa 2.0.
Yeah, and then for me, Nolan Smith, Will Anderson to me is more of an outside linebacker who happens to be edge. But Nolan Smith to me is more of an actual defensive end edge type guy. So Georgia's freaking stacked. Clemson has no business being in the top 20.
Where did that come from?
I have no idea.
They're still rolling with DJ.
Yeah, and I'm not going to call him a bust yet, but he's not that good. Notre Dame, you touched on it earlier. I don't agree with them being in the top 20. No. If they were down at 23, 24, okay. I'm not going to – I mean, it's Notre Dame. They have a lot of talent. Texas A&M, they went 8-4 last year. The Fighting Kellen Monds is
garbage.
Freaking Filipino meatball likes to call them. They have no business being in the top 20.
They can't even win their division.
Yeah, they can't even win the SEC West. So
that's pretty bad.
Utah, Michigan, definitely top 10. Utah's got a lot of people coming back. Michigan has a lot of people coming back, minus Aiden Hutchinson and Ajabo, their outside linebacker. But
they also lost their corner and their safety and their middle linebacker.
Yeah, Daxton Hill.
Hill, that safety corner hybrid, and then John Ross is gone. Yeah. Josh Ross.
What do you think about this theory? I heard a lot of people recently saying that Texas A&M could be a sleeper team to make the playoff. What do you think about that?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that finishing second in the SEC West gets you into the playoff. Kellen Mond.
People are jumping on the Texas A&M because they had a huge recruiting class last year because of all that oil money. Then what was it? 8 5-stars, the highest rated.
Yeah, they had a lot.
8 5-stars, which is insane. And they're riding on the fact that they beat Bama last year. But to be fair, it was a home game. Bama had some injuries. Bama last year was a pretty young team, to be fair.
Right.
I just don't see it. Could they go 8-4, 9-3 next year? Maybe. But a playoff berth? No, I don't see it.
You want to hear a really cool fact about Texas A&M I heard this morning?
I do.
Last year they had 8 5-stars. That's more the number of 5-stars and 4-stars TCU has had the last 2 years.
It's crazy.
Talk about recruiting. I hate them. I hate Texas A&M, but they can recruit. I don't know what it is.
That oil money.
Those NIL deals, right?
Yeah, so to round out the rest of the top 10, Oklahoma, brand new coach. They lost Spencer Rattler and Caleb Williams.
And half their team to SC.
Yeah, they lost a bunch of transfers to USC. They lost a couple guys to the NFL. Nick Benito being one of them. He was a great defensive line.
High motor guy.
Yeah, like now they bring in some talent. They had a nice portal class themselves. But again, it's like I got to see more before I can put them in the top 10.
Put them in the top
Baylor,
10, yeah.
I am sky high on freaking Baylor. I think they are a dark horse to sneak into the playoffs. I feel like they're going to go 11-1, maybe even 12-0 in the Big 12. That's impressive. Because last year they lost to Okie State in the regular season, but beat Okie State in the Big 12 championship. Next year, I see them beating them regular season. They have a couple tough games. They play Okie State, Oklahoma, BYU. But other than that, I feel like pretty decent schedule. I could see them definitely going like 11-1 and making a run for that playoff.
See, for me, your Oklahoma is my USC. I think they're the dark horse for it. I think I think a lot of it has to come with there's no talent out west.
Who's their quarterback this year?
Caleb Williams, transfer from Oklahoma, who might win the Heisman. Like he's got Addison from Pitt in, he's got Dye coming in from Ohio or from Oregon. Like they just got so much stacked talent there. If Lincoln Riley can put it together, this might be the most talented team in the country.
So
top to bottom on the roster. And if it all comes down to can they put it together? Because they're going to have the tune-up games out west. There's only going to be like two real hard games for them. It's going to be Utah and it's going to be Oregon. That's really everything else. They're going to be favored by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to. I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I think USC's beating Notre Dame.
Oh, that's going to be a fun game to watch. So, yeah, I even heard some arguments today on the radio about how people wouldn't even have been upset if Ohio State and Alabama reversed 1 and 2. I mean, obviously, Alabama's always we understand why they're number one. But if they had put Ohio State as the number 1 team, which most people, that's what people feel right now, they're the favorites. Would that have been a travesty to the college football community? If you're a Bama fan and saw that,
but for Bama fan for 7 years or something,
if Ohio State was picked as the number 1 team over Alabama, there's a lot of Alabama fans pissed off about even the theory coming up. I don't see a problem with that, though. To be honest with you,
I don't see a problem with it. I mean, Bama lost to Texas A&M and they lost to freaking Georgia last year, so they're not this invincible juggernaut coming into this season. Now, could they be? Absolutely. But the idea, like, it'd be one thing if Bama last year went undefeated and won the Natty and then came in second. I would be, okay, I understand that, why you'd be upset about that. But they didn't. So Ohio State lost a couple games, but they put up ridiculous freaking numbers. Georgia, I mean, for me, that top 3 right there, you could switch any of those around and I would have no issues with that whatsoever.
I think Bama and Ohio State are mirrors of each other. They're bringing back experienced quarterbacks that can light you up down the field. They lost a bunch of playmakers, right? Both of them lost a bunch of playmakers. The thing that Ohio State has is they had that truck of a running back coming back, and then Bama just went and got the best running back in the portal from Georgia Tech and brought him in. You know, so like they're the mirror. Can we just have that game now? Can we just put that game in the Natty, and then everyone would be very happy?
Hey, I tell you what, man, football. I'm for it. I don't know. So let's do this then. So okay, so if you're just gonna go top 10, who's your top 10 then? Go easy.
My top 10.
Yeah.
Here, let me pull something up real quick so I can.
Look at Whiskey Banger pulling up factual information here.
I'll give you my top 10 off the top of the dome while Whiskey Banger.
I was going to say, just top off.
Bama, Ohio State, Georgia, Michigan, Oklahoma State,
interesting,
Utah, Baylor, USC.
USC. You like USC in the top 10, huh? You're high on USC.
The thing is, if you look at USC from last year, right? No one's there. Their quarterback's gone. The receivers are gone. The head coach is gone. Everyone's gone. So then if you go, okay, well, we have to figure out what they're going to be this upcoming year. You got the best coach in the country, or at least the hottest coach in the country.
Hottest coach.
Right? You got one of the, if not the best quarterback that's not in Alabama or Ohio State in the country coming back. Right. And then you got the best transfer portal wide receiver. You got probably a top 5 transfer portal running back coming in. Plus, they already had talent. I mean, I am buying shares in USC like it's going out crazy. And then you cannot say it enough. They have the weakest Power 5 conference. They're going to get 8 wins by being alive and having a pulse.
That is a good point. I know we talked about their schedule too before, not recently. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd go top 10 personally, but
they are my number 10 team.
Nothing in the sports landscape and any sport surprises me anymore. So, I think you're right. The top 3 definitely. Clemson, that baffles me. And even I know you're saying Notre Dame should be lower. This is an interesting list, but again, with every time we see these preseason rankings, somehow they never. I mean, besides the obvious top 3 teams, these things never pan out.
I have a question for Whiskey Banger.
Yes.
Number 21. Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. They should be higher.
They're banking on Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Can you say the exact same thing about Texas banking on Quinn Ewers?
Yes.
So, to me, if they're 21, how is Cincinnati in the top 25? They lost the best quarterback they've ever had, the best running back they ever had. They lost their 2 All-American corners. They lost an All-American second-team outside linebacker rush end. They lost so much, and cool. They have a really good head coach. They still don't have the talent that Texas has.
I like this comment by Mike D.
Oh.
Okay. By the way, I want to real quick shout out Abomination AJ's back in here, and he goes, "This is a real man show. I see. I didn't know guns last week. Now I don't watch sports." He's laughing. Hey, we're here to teach you about everything, buddy. If you don't know, these are the guys. College football and guns. These are the guys. These are the guys.
That's all I
take
do.
a back seat. This is all they live in. I mean, they should have been scouts. I get text messages especially as college football goes on, and anything guns or sports. We're good. We got you. But yes, Mike D. Also, you're probably right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Whoever was talking, but I had to read that comment. That was hilarious. But I appreciate you guys for coming in. Abomination AJ, thank you for dropping in again.
If you come into our text message group, you just hear about drop cover 3. What about this linebacker playing into the slot? Can we play a big 4-3 or can we play a small 3-4? And then Greg's over here going, I don't know what's happening right now.
No, I mean, I get a lot of here's the problem. When they go on the text threads and go on to things I'm not 100% what's the word? An expert on, I do learn a lot. My favorite parts is when they go on their rants. I'm literally sitting at work. I put my phone down doing work for 10 minutes. I come back. I have 75 messages, and it's usually Whiskey Banger yelling a Filipino meatball. And it's the greatest part of my day because
they're professional athletes. Why are they running laps?
Yeah. And then, the funny part is with college football, and they can attest to this, is that I always liked college football. My dad was a Penn State fan, so I grew up watching them all through back east until we moved here. But I was an NFL guy for a long time until all that bullshit started with the NFL. I'm not going to get into specifics. You know what happened. And then in the last, last 4 years, it's been all college, mostly just all college football.
Bro,
I still follow my football team.
It's been longer than that because I was at the place after the place we worked together for 4 years.
Yeah. Okay, so about 5 years, maybe 5-6 years. It's been mostly going all in on college, and I love it. I got to tell you, I missed out on a lot of college football that I didn't really pay as much attention to. Don't get me wrong, I still follow my NFL team. I don't watch every game because I'm not paying to watch a team $400 a year, whatever that stupid package is.
God,
there's ways. Hold on, there's ways to watch things. I'm not going to name names on YouTube. There's ways to watch sports or movies. I follow them. I want them to win, but I just can't. The NFL and me, it was a bad divorce, and I follow a little bit. We even watched the Super Bowl last year. We bullshitted through it last year, all 3 of us, but it's not anyway. not to go on a rant, but I love college football. I love the atmospheres. I love the passion. I used to think that it was all about betting for football, and it plays a big role. But there's a true love for the game for college football fans. The atmosphere is insane.
There's nothing like a Happy Valley whiteout night game. There's absolutely nothing that the NFL can offer anything near that.
No. But like you said, the whiteout at Penn State. You guys were going through a whole list of like what the best event, LSU and
the Kinnick Wave at Iowa.
Nebraska, going to a Nebraska home game where literally the whole town shuts down just to go see their, like, what is it, 70,000 people?
The stadium holds 89,000.
89,000 people, and I think they've sold out.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. They packed 90,000 in there. There's more than some people in there.
Wait. Tell the people in Nebraska college football, how many games have they sold out consecutively?
They've sold out every single home game since 1962.
And that's the record. Nobody's even close.
They're not even close.
Number two was Notre Dame. But Notre Dame ended that streak when what's his name was the head coach?
Kelly,
the black guy.
I know who you're talking about.
What's his name?
Tyrone Willingham.
Yeah, Tyrone Willingham.
I remember
the
that.
streak ended. They were number 2. They were about 100 games behind Nebraska, but still,
that's pretty good.
Those two teams. Nobody comes close.
And Notre Dame fans are like Yankee fans. They're everywhere. They travel.
They travel. That's the one thing that you can't say about Notre Dame fans is they have money and they travel and support that team. That's why they can stay independent and make all the money they do.
Yeah.
TV contract.
Well, if they ever joined a conference like a real team, that would be a different story. They still make money.
The Pac-12.
Go to the
with their garbage ass.
No, they need to come to the Big Ten. Well, hold on. We're going to get into that TV contract info from the Big Ten. They just signed a massive deal, so that can kind of segue Notre Dame into that. What is it? CBS, NBC, and somebody else?
Yeah, but Notre Dame's locked up with NBC. Like if they would have signed a deal with NBC,
they want more money. They want more money now, though. So NBC could be like, "F you, go somewhere else." And now you got this huge contract. What is it? A 7-year deal for the Big Ten?
Yeah. Well, how much was it? It was like in the billions, right? It was multiple
ridiculous amount of money. But anyway, sorry, Whiskey Banger. I know you were looking up information. I went on a little tangent there. Go ahead.
Oh, no worries. So I was writing down my top 10, but before I do that, going back to Notre Dame staying independent, I know a certain someone who shall remain nameless, but her dad was got his like whatever degree there. And he, unfortunately, recently, maybe like 10 years ago or so, he passed away. But in his will, he donated like several $1 million to Notre Dame.
To Notre Dame? Wow.
Yeah. Like,
bro, it's like a cult.
Yeah.
No, it is.
He was a very successful attorney. Dude made a lot of money. The family is still very well off. But he donated like, I think it was like $5 million or something like that to Notre Dame.
Wow.
And that's just one guy.
True story. Coming out of high school, I took my college visits, right? And so like we went to Notre Dame to see Notre Dame's campus, right? In the fall. It's absolutely stunning. There's an aura around that place. And we went to this place called Heritage Square, which is just a normal place. It's nothing crazy. There's no Golden Dome views or anything like that. But we go sit down on a bench, and the bench is named after a benefactor, right? And I made the joke to the tour guide, like, how much does it cost to get your name on a bench? And he goes, I believe it's $10 million over the life of donations to get your name on a bench. And I was like, and I'm looking over, I'm like, there's Keating Hall. What does it cost to get a name on a building? Right? And then they have the Regis Philbin School of Journalism there. What's your name to get your name on a school?
Oh, first of all, Regis could afford it, but that's all he talked about on his show with what is it, Kelly, whatever the fuck the show was called.
Regis and
Kelly Lee, whatever. Regis and then Kathy Lee. Kelly Lee. What the hell was I thinking?
Well, you were thinking
Kelly Ripa.
That's okay. See, thank you.
That's who took over.
Kelly. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. So that's all he talked about. Of course, with the money he made off NBC or whatever he was on, he had tons to donate. So I know I get it with those big Yeah, big boosters, though, that tradition, I totally understand.
Yo, do you know the deal that that Under Armour had to pay to be their license?
I didn't even want to know. I'm afraid to ask how much money.
They made more money off the licensing for a 10-year deal through Under Armour than the Pac-12 did creating the Pac-12 network.
Jeez.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, let's get Whiskey Banger's top 10 here because I'm very interested in this.
All right, so my top 10. So number 1, I got Ohio State. I think they're the best team in the country coming into this season.
I think I actually agree with. That's why I brought that up before. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think
non-elite quarterback.
CJ Stroud threw 300 less yards than Bryce Young, and he played in 3 less games.
So he would have. Okay.
He would have.
Yeah, but he didn't have to feed Brian Robinson.
the
he has Travion Henderson, bro.
Still, push.
All right, so
moot point.
Keep going because it's interesting. I like this so far.
Yeah, so in my opinion, they're going to have the number 1 offense in the country. CJ Stroud's going to win the Heisman. I got Ohio State winning the ball. They're going to win the Natty. Bama is my number 2.
Hold on. Before you go to Bama, CJ Stroud's going to put up enough numbers versus like a CJ Wilson, Dylan Gabriel, all these guys to win the Heisman.
He's going to put up.
I can see that.
He was with 3 less games than Bryce Young. He was number 4 in the country in passing yards. 3 less games.
So he's going to have the numbers. He's going to have the wins. He's going to have the Heisman moment.
He's going to have the Heisman moment. He's got 2 of the best wide receivers in the country. Even though he lost.
They just lost 2 of them.
But he's got Jackson Smith and Jigba, who is insane.
Oh, okay.
And then what's his name's son? Marvin Harrison's son.
Oh God.
So it's like that dude's gonna put up 1,000
Talk
yards.
about reloading.
Yeah, you got Travion Henderson coming back and running back. It's to me, and their schedule isn't that hard.
That's bad.
So I feel like they can
game 1
table. Yeah, like
thanks game 1.
They're going to hang a 40 burger on Notre Dame. Sorry, it's going to happen.
Hopefully. That would be great.
Who's the third string Ohio State quarterback? He might be playing the 4th quarter.
We'll find out.
Tate Martell's going to come out of retirement and play the 4th quarter for him.
He's going to come from freaking like DeVry Technical Institute.
DeVry. ITT Tech.
ITT Technical Football. So yeah, that's why I have Ohio State number 1. I feel like they're just going to be all around the best.
I actually agree with you there.
Bama's my number 2. I think Bama is going to be stacked, but they play in the SEC.
Yeah.
They have a harder schedule. I think they might trip up somewhere. Georgia is my number 3.
I don't know. Alabama's on a revenge mission.
For sure, and I don't blame them.
Well, we said it wouldn't be surprising if they won, but I don't know. I think he might be right, though, Tanner. Whiskey Banger about them tripping up, though. Something about them. I don't know. We'll see. Go ahead.
Like Bama is still Bama. I'm not going to give them any kind of discredit or anything, but it's like when I think back to like earlier Bama, like back in 2008, 2011, they were just dominant. They would just beat the crap out of everyone. Great. And they would just destroy
the trenches.
Them. Yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore.
They're more finesse now, which is kind of annoying.
And look what happened in the Natty. They lost their 2 best wide receivers in the game. Mm-hmm. They both got injured. Mm-hmm. And Williamson and freaking Mechie. And Georgia.
And they couldn't do anything. They couldn't win. They couldn't win at the line of scrimmage. They had no answer for Jordan Davis and Trayvon Walker. They had nothing for him.
No.
Nada.
So that rounds out my top 3. Number 4 for me is Utah. Utah, cupcake schedule. That team is stacked. They have a ton of people coming back. Yeah. I love Coach Whittingham. He's one of my favorite coaches in all of college football. I could easily see them going undefeated, maybe 1 loss somewhere in there. Number 5 for me is Baylor. Like I said earlier, I am super freaking chugging the Kool-Aid on Baylor.
Yeah, you love them, huh?
I love freaking Coach Aranda. I think he's he's a defensive-minded coach. They don't have a bunch of stars. Like they get low-end 4-star recruits and a bunch of 3-stars. But those dudes, like when you watch them on defense, they fly to the ball, sound tacklers. They stay in their freaking zones.
They're a good player team.
They're a very disciplined team.
They know their roles.
Exactly. Like they play in the Big 12, so their schedule isn't like horrendous or anything. I could easily see them going like 11-1, maybe 12-0. Number 6, I got Michigan.
Yeah, I agree there.
Reloading. They have a lot of talent. So
I think
J.J. McCarthy is going to get the start at quarterback over Cade McNamara. Which Cade McNamara is an excellent game manager.
I love him.
J.J. McCarthy,
so much talent.
J.J. McCarthy is like 5-star, dude's a stud, can run all over the place, can throw. So I think Michigan's probably going to lose one game again. They're going to lose to Ohio State. Next is Oklahoma State. I mean, it's the fighting freaking Kentucky freaking waterfall mullets. Same deal. I mean, same as Baylor. They play in a weaker conference. Okie State, 3-star, maybe a 4-star here and there, but they're a disciplined team. They're coached very well. Love Mike Gundy. I think he's a great coach.
Don't worry. He's a man. He's 40.
I'm a man. Number 8, I have Michigan State.
Wow. Okay. You're buying stock in Michigan State. I'm selling hard.
See, I'm buying stock because they lost their freaking running back who was great.
Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker. He was great. One of the best running backs in the country. But they're reloading. Freaking Mel Tucker, excellent coach. And you're going to hear the same things from me. Defensive-minded coach, well-disciplined. He recruits well. And then even if he doesn't recruit well and get all the 4- and 5-star recruits, he coaches up those 3-star guys and turns them into freaking legitimate Power 5 ridiculous talent. Yeah, so Michigan State, they have a tough schedule, but I can still see them doing pretty well. Like I see them going like 9-3. So I wouldn't be surprised where they're at for now. Number 9 is Arkansas.
What?
Arkansas doesn't get enough love, dude.
People have been riding them. I've been reading a lot about that online. People have been riding Arkansas.
Justin Jefferson is baby Cam Newton. The dude can throw. He's not as dynamic as a runner.
There's like 5 people that have been baby Cam Newtons, and none of them have panned out. Next, you're going to say Anthony Richardson from Florida is baby Cam Newton.
Just wait, bro.
Baby Cam.
He had an excellent season last year. Now, granted, Arkansas plays in the SEC West, so that's tough. But they got a stud middle linebacker, 5-star transfer from Bama, Drew Sanders.
By the way, not to cut you off, but Diana's saying hi to Banger and Mr. Meatball.
Hello, Diana.
Sorry.
How are you this evening?
Hi. I mean, my mic didn't crack.
Hi. So again, similar to Michigan State, right? They recruit pretty well, gets, high 3-star, some low to mid 4-star guys. They, like I said, they got that 5-star transfer middle linebacker, the dude's NFL talent. I could see Arkansas going like 9-3. So I like them where they're at. My last one to round it out in the top 10 is North Carolina State. Wow. And the only reason why I have them at number 10 is because they play in a weak-ass conference.
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of talent coming back. So I
could Who's their quarterback?
I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know his name.
Exactly. No one knows.
But their entire roster is coming back. They play in a weak conference. I could easily see them winning the ACC. Because who's going to beat them?
Wake Forest and Sam Hartman if he ever comes back.
That ain't going to happen. It's not going to be Miami because Miami's hot garbage.
You're not a believer in Tyler Van Dyke?
I am not. No.
Is he better than Jackson Dart?
No, he's not.
I agree with that statement.
He's not. I think he's one of the most overrated quarterbacks coming into this season.
Let's ask this: Tyler Van Dyke or Spencer Rattler?
Ooh, Tyler Van Dyke.
Oh my God! Really,
dude? This is Spencer Rattler. I hate to say this because he's a freaking Arizona dude. He's a bust. He's a flat out bust. That dude. He's going to go to South Carolina. Everybody's going to hype him up. Oh, he's a 5-star.
He's not going to do anything.
He's not going to do anything.
He was number 2 rated prospect in his class when he came out.
Yeah, and he did nothing at Oklahoma.
He did nothing.
He turned the ball over, made mistakes, threw a bunch of interceptions,
so basically
and got benched twice. He got benched twice. And Caleb Williams just took off.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his either. Definitely not a fan of his.
I don't like Tyler Van Dyke. I think there's a hype train behind him that he's a poor man's Kyle Trask. I'll said it. Poor man's Kyle Trask. Like, there's better guys on the East Coast. Jackson Dart, I'm a big fan of Jackson Dart. I think he's going to be the next one that comes up and out. I don't think Quinn Ewers is anything special this year, but I do think Quinn Ewers has arm talent to be something, next year down the road kind of deal. But nobody's talking about Mississippi State at all. Like, they might hang 60 on everybody. They might not stop anybody, but they're going to hang
60 and then
I was going to say, what the final score is going to be 67 to 60 in those games?
Whoever's running the scoreboard is going to have a rough day that day, but those boys can score. Mike Leach can put some points up.
Let's do this. And this is way early. And we're going to do what the so-called experts do, right? Because they're so-called. All right, let's do this. Let's every team pick. Every guy to pick. Who's the national champion? Now, I know I hate doing this, but if these idiots can do it and make guesses, so can we. Who's the national championship at the end of the college football season?
Ohio State.
Bama.
I'm going to go Ohio State. As much as that, first of all, you know how painful that is for me to say? The only reason why I'm being nice is because Banger's, let's just call her his wife because it is. She's an Ohio State fan, and I love her. So I'm going to be – but we make a running joke. Because think about it. We're all Big Ten fans. Like he's Nebraska. I'm Penn State. She's Ohio State. How we get along, I have no idea. But we do. But I do think her team is the best team. I think, for all the reasons that Whiskey Banger said before. But would I be surprised if Bama won? It would not surprise me if Bama won because it's Bama.
Here's my counter argument to Ohio State. I think Ohio State's going to be a massive team. They might go perfect and they meet Bama in the playoff, right? For the Natty. Mm-hmm. I think Bama got embarrassed last year against Georgia. And Saban doesn't like to get embarrassed.
So this is the revenge tour.
Yeah, he talked all offseason about we're getting back to winning in the trenches. We're going to get back to controlling the clock. Where this is a revenge. And Bryce Young said it like 3 or 4 times. This is a revenge tour. I think Bryce Young is going to look at C.J. Stroud and goes, "Nah, not over me, right? I might not win the Heisman, but I'm not going to let you win the Heisman. I'm going to put up crazy numbers just like you, right?" And I think Saban's going to be like. The last few years, you saw Saban be like, "Oh, let's pull our guys. Let's save it for the end, right? Let's keep it under the vest a little bit." No, I think Saban's running shit up this year. He might beat some Arkansas Polytechnical Institute, whoever they play. Yeah, they might beat him by 70. And Bryce Young's playing in the fourth quarter. Like, I just think they're going to have a different mindset this year, especially knowing that Georgia is as good as Georgia is. They can't take foot off the pedal at any point in time. I think they're going to come out and do some stuff. With that being said, if they come out and lose early, maybe like the first 6 weeks of the year, they might pack it in and close shop. Because Bryce Young's then putting up numbers for the NFL so he can get drafted in the top 10. Will Anderson's not going to go full out because he's number 1, right? So they might, if they lose early, they might pack it in. But if they do what I think they're going to do, they're going to return to the 2009, 2010, 2011 Bama that just nobody wants to play them because you have your teams on the, in the trainer's room after the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to the season starting. There's going to be a lot of surprises, a lot of sleeper teams. This is why we love watching these games. So I'm very excited. Of course, we're going to talk more about this as the season goes on. Eventually, we'll even do some live shows together, hopefully, watching some stuff. Well, we'll be watching. We won't be showing. We'll be commenting on some games. And I know for damn sure when Ohio State plays Penn State, we'll probably have some special guest appearances by Whiskey Banger and family. And just a lot of screaming going on in those games because that's going to be fun. Of course, Filipino Meatball. We'll have him on for those college football games. I wanted to still do a college football special, just all about college football coming up. We can even do a mid-season, and then, of course, at the end of the season, and then the college playoff. Because I can't do NFL. NFL is just trash. We might talk.
I was going to say, I can't wait for your NFL kickoff show.
Yeah, it's going to be kicking off my foot in your ass. This is what we're going to be doing. Again, we could like touch up on things that happen because there's going to be bullshit that happens in the NFL that's not even sports related that's going to come up.
Like Deshaun Watson's agreement for 11 games.
There's going to be a lot we'll talk about as part of the segments going on. Diana says she's going to wash her hair that day. Is that because Filipino Meatball is going to be live on stream? Is that what we're talking about here?
It's because it's probably going to take her the same amount of time as a football game.
Yeah, 7 hours. Is that where? Yeah. So that was good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that game next week, and it's in Ireland. Who are they playing again? Nebraska.
Northwestern.
That's right. He's told me 14 times. So Northwestern, Nebraska in Ireland. So even if you're not a sports fan, just
it's like the Hillbillies versus the Scholars. I like it.
Basically, yeah.
But yeah, pretty much. But the Hillbillies are going to kick their ass.
But the Hillbilly Farm Boys going against some
Hillbillies are going to whoop that ass.
Freaking, I don't even know.
I don't know.
What's Northwestern known for?
They're law school.
They're known for broadcasting.
They're known for law school, and their business school are unreal. And they also have isn't that the one where they have the strength and conditioning coach that wears a size extra medium?
Yeah,
and then just like flexing out of his shirt every time they come out of the tunnel.
That's all we need is more lawyers in the world. Oh my god. I see Whiskey Banger drinking actually whiskey tonight. I'm proud of you, man.
We didn't
do the drinks.
It's apple juice.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I got bubbly bounce. I got bubbly bounce mango passion fruit. Is that acceptable?
That is.
Is that okay? I didn't want to be called names off the stream.
I got liquid death, buried alive.
That's by the way, that's Filipino Meatballs. That's his wife's nickname for him is Liquid Death. Just so you're going there. All right. That was a good segment, guys. 40 minutes.
What brand are you drinking, Whiskey Banger?
Him. Oh, what whiskey?
This is Bullet.
He went fancy. Oh.
Well, he is Irish. He's supposed to have the good shit.
Yeah, bro.
All right. Now we're gonna have a couple of segments on ranting here for a minute. We're gonna switch gears. Now that was awesome. I love college football. Whiskey Banger knows I have been dying to get to this subject all fucking day. And I like the college football thing because it got me distracted and I actually got into that. That was awesome. So good choice on starting off the show that way, Whiskey. That was a good call. Appreciate the help as always.
I got some good ideas every now and then.
No, that was a good idea. Okay,
I've yet to see one.
One. Only once a year he gets a good idea. So we're going to go into what I call a woke mess. So I know not everybody watches these shows. I know not everybody cares about these shows. All day long I've been following information on this Disney She-Hulk show. Now again, I don't watch this Disney shit. I know these two don't, but you can't escape the news and information. So basically there was a show, She-Hulk. The writers immediately came out a while back saying it's going to be about gender politics, going to be about female empowerment. No males were behind the scenes. It's all female. So we know what that meant. Mm-hmm. So people were scared. And then, so let's just say, usually when you hear these things, it's maybe not as bad as you ever think it's going to be until you see it. Well, this is bad. I'm going to show some clips. Now, this is all part of the fair use stuff we can use for YouTube. So it's legal. It's fine.
Look at him protect himself so fast.
If you ever had the feeling of throwing up in your mouth multiple times after seeing something or eating something, be prepared because it's really bad. So here we got the story. Now, I know maybe Whiskey Banger more than anybody will know. No, not lesbians, Diana, but hey, a man could dream. So no, it's not even that. But there are some trans people in the show, which we'll get into a little bit later, of course. So if people don't know the backstory of the She-Hulk, why she became She-Hulk, I don't even know if Whiskey Banger knows this because he knows comic books more than I do, is that there was an accident, and then he gave her some of his blood in the transfusion, like in the last second thing, so she would live, and she got his powers, kind of thing.
That's correct.
So in the show, they reverse this. He has some defibrillator thing that makes him not turn into the Hulk. They're driving on the clip that I saw. And of course, she's distracted because she wants to talk about how Captain America is a virgin and how he died a virgin because he was put in ice, right? He was a super soldier. Before he was the super soldier, no women liked him.
What the fuck?
Apparently, women aren't shallow. No offense to the women listening or watching. Only men are shallow. But he couldn't get a girlfriend because he was like, what, 5 foot, 100 pounds of nothing. And he wasn't until he took the serum.
Daddy, you're not shallow to me.
Yeah, and he became Captain America, and then every woman wanted him. So anyway, they're going through this argument about how he was a virgin, and then of course she's not paying attention, typical, right? And so she swerves. Something happens where she has to swerve off the road, and then because the Hulk can't transform because he's wearing this special apparatus, she saves him by giving him her blood. Okay, so it turns into a whole thing. So here's
she was O negative. Jesus.
Here we go. So of course, immediately they had to reverse because the female's got to save the male now, right? This is where we're going with this. So Tanner, you're gonna like this. Listen to this. So she wakes up out of her little whatever fucking accident coma she had, and the Hulk is, if you remember Endgame where he messed up his arm, right? Because of the Infinity Glove. Okay, well that's magically cured because her blood is magic blood, right? So he brings her out, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? You took the Hulk gamma energy so well that you actually cured me. So I could be Hulk all the time, Professor Hulk." But they don't call him that; they call him the Smart Hulk all the time. So think about this, Tanner. So instead of being like, "Wow, I'm so happy," because they're cousins in the show, right?
That's awkward.
I'm so happy I can help you. I'm so happy I could do this for you. No, oh, is that because I'm better than you? Is her first line to him. Okay, that's strike number one. Strike number two is how she doesn't want to listen to him. She doesn't want to train properly, but yet she picks up everything that the Hulk's done in like decades. She learns in about 15 minutes. The thunderclap. She controls her. She says she can control her anger better. She's more balanced than him. And I'm going to show you a clip here that literally made me want to throw my freaking phone through the wall today. About
you won't.
I came close. Oh, hold on. No, not yet. No, shut up, lady. You talk too much. Okay, I'm going to add this into the stream.
Right.
I'm going to add this into the stream. This is probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen on a TV show. Mind you, women wrote this. Now, again,
hold
this
on.
is not to
hold on. Before you go into this, for Jamie, does it offend you? Offend you?
Is it offend you?
Is it offensive?
If you're a woman, this is extremely offensive. But here we go. So this is the clip of. So he's trying to teach her here how to control her anger, right? Because it's a problem for the Hulk, but not for her, because she's a smart attorney. She doesn't need to practice her on her anger. This is what she says as a female. So let's start from the beginning, and let me know if you guys can hear this.
Men explain my own area of expertise to me. I do it pretty much every day because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult, might just literally get murdered. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you.
So she's angry because she gets catcalled.
Question: and did she not just get emotional right there? Was that?
Yeah,
did I miss that?
So. Here's the best part. I get catcalled. I get told by men how to do my job better than me. And then I could literally get murdered at any second. So I'm sitting here listening to this psychobabble bullshit today.
Women wrote this. Women
wrote this.
Well, we got to use the air quotes. Women wrote this.
You know what? I've noticed a trend with Marvel and just movies and TV shows recently anyway, where women who are supposedly successful, have great jobs, make good money, live in these beautiful, lavish apartments, are still miserable human beings. But they complain that they have, like in this show, she's complaining how she's a successful attorney, but still has to live and do laundry and do normal day-to-day shit. So it's like, okay, well then give up being an attorney then. Well, then if you do that, then I have to rely on a man. So I'm like, okay, well then you can't. Do you want it both ways? Do you want it one way? You can't complain. They're sipping on lattes and fucking martinis all the show, bitching about men suck, misogyny. I'm going to show you a fight scene from this thing here soon, which literally made me. Do you remember? It looked like a Power Rangers skit. People who remember Power Rangers.
I just have a question.
Yes.
Since you guys are the experts, who the fuck is catcalling her?
Well,
like
that's another part of it.
Bro, like if I'm catcalling anyone, it's the people behind her. Like, I'm sorry. No. Like if she's in the chat right now, she's a third person in the chat, I would catcall. Nonsense.
It just, and then I watch more clips of this because they're everywhere because I'm not paying for Disney Plus. And I'm just
it's just $6.
It's still not worth it.
It's the principle.
60 cents.
It's the principle.
It gets worse. Like the actual, they're not hiding it. They're just going flat out. This is what we're gonna do. Men suck. And then there's a lot of arguments online today about this, about how we're all misogynists. You know what the funny part is about the show? It ended. This is how the show ended, with her and the Hulk drinking at the end, and she's talking about how sexy Captain America was. So he didn't die a virgin, apparently. Okay, so that's not a double standard. It's okay for her to say that about Captain America, but she can't be catcalled. So and then murdered. She's going to be murdered, apparently. I don't know. Men just kill people random for no reason.
I can objectify Captain America's freaking sexiness.
Well, he does have America's ass.
Well, that's what she talks about.
It's true.
So that was okay, and then it just goes into this diatribe of bullshit about how, oh my God, I don't even know where to begin with this crap. It literally just got worse and worse and worse. And then the problem that I have with this, and I think this is what Whiskey Banger and I have talked about in the past, criticism is not being racist. Criticism is not being misogynist. If you have a legit criticism on one of these properties that Disney's putting out, or the stupid Lord of the Rings show, they run to the and you know what the funny thing is? The people who are complaining about us being racist and misogynist don't even support the fucking shit that they're supposed to support. They're not watching this. They're not buying Disney. They're just online little keyboard warriors in their basements. You know, their 400-pound selves sitting there.
Right.
And they're projecting their misery onto the world. And that's what these writers are doing. They're not happy. They're all middle-aged women who are not going to get either laid again or they're not going to get married, and they know it. Because who the hell would marry or date one of these people? Could you imagine being married to one of these writers? Oh my God, like I just wrote this She-Hulk show and men are such garbage and she's better than him in everything. Bye.
Well, they're probably married to some beta like Kellen Mond or something like that.
So
they run the house.
What I would do on a date is be like, okay, you want equality? Here's the check. I'm leaving. Bye.
Exactly.
Write that for your next episode.
I'll get the lobster and the freaking filet mignon. Thank you.
And then the editing is terrible. The directing is terrible. The writing is shit.
Jesus.
I just don't even know. Well, no, the reason why I'm giving it time, Diana, is because number one, it makes good content. Number two,
by the way, I'll be her snack. Sorry. Just saying. Go ahead.
Hulk smash, right, Tim?
She's going in and get some little smokies.
But like the reason why
she's going to be getting later.
The reason why it drives me insane and why people have to speak out about it, because if they don't, these people who are writing this stuff will never. I mean, they know there's backlash, but if we're constantly called racist, misogynist, all this stuff, and we don't fight back against it, then what's the point? This is never going to end. The CGI looks awful. You're right. So here's the next scene that I literally wanted to throw up at. Now, mind you, this is a big show for Disney. This is a fight scene, Tanner. Look at this. Where she just magically turns into the She-Hulk. Look at this bullshit. Wait for the song. Wait for the song.
Wait, when did the fight scene start?
Thank you. So I'm getting so copyright strike for this. It's going to be great. So now we're into flying on wire motion capturing and bad writing, and the editing, and that was awful, by the way. She magically has a bench in her hand when 2 seconds ago it wasn't there.
Does she not get bigger when she becomes?
Well, no, that's the problem. She could turn into the Hulk whenever she wants because she's learned within 3 seconds and how to control it. So somebody had a great.
That's right.
If you could find, yeah. So sorry, what were you going to say? With
She-Hulk gets a little bit bigger, but
Yeah.
she doesn't go full on Hulk mode where she's just ginormous.
Not like him.
She is incredibly strong, but she's nowhere near the level of Hulk.
Oh, not in this show, Tanner. In this show, she's better than everything that the Hulk does. You know that?
Well, and what's driving me nuts about the show already is, I mean, we've already discussed how pussified they made the Hulk in all the Avengers movies, minus the first one.
Yeah.
The first one, he actually kicks some ass. But in the rest of them, they just, I can't do it. I can't fight. Gets his ass kicked by Thanos. Just like, the Hulk is a freaking badass. Okay. He should be Hulk smashing his way through everything.
I agree.
And now you got this show all of a sudden, and it's like, I'm Professor Hulk, and I'm smart. And you know what? You're a strong woman, She-Hulk, and I'm gonna just bow down to whatever you like. Dude,
well, he does. He does in the show actually, and he even goes into a whole thing like, you can go ahead and go back being a lawyer. You're right. You don't deserve this. You don't need to train because she picked up everything. They fight, Tanner. They actually fight each other because he doesn't want her to go, and she beats him. She drives a Jeep over the Hulk, Tanner. This is the Hulk we're talking about. She literally takes a Jeep and drives and knocks him like 50 feet away. Last time I checked, the Hulk was so incredibly strong, he wouldn't even budged. He wouldn't have moved.
No.
I mean, if I remember the comics correctly, in World War Hulk, he literally beats the shit out of her in one punch, where she tries to fight him in that comic, and he literally hits her one time, and she gives up. She's like, I'm done. Mm-hmm. No, not 2022 Disney.
I also want to say Chrysler doesn't have that good of build quality, so I don't know how that Jeep is not going to 50 feet.
I don't even know what Jeep. It's just, and the more I just read about this and see, it's like, I paid too much attention to this today. Maybe Diana's right, but it was just so infuriating. And then, of course, people were getting called out all day online about it. But what's crazy about it is like, we talked about this last week too. Even on my own stream, they can't write their own stuff because nobody's going to give them the time of day to write this shit for anybody else, any other network. So you have to take these characters that are established and then put your politics into them. I think the tide will turn eventually because people are getting fed up with this crap. Disney's going to push it out as long as they can, but they're not profiting the way they used to. Just look at Thor movie, the newest Thor movie, right? Thor is a pretty popular character in the MCU. It's going to hit about $750 million. Now you think that's a lot of money. Not for a Thor Disney property, right? That should be in the billions. Top Gun Maverick last week outpaced Thor. And Top Gun's been out for how many weeks longer than Thor? Thor's dead. Thor, like it's got a 30% drop with the United States audience. People are getting fed up with the shit. And that's why Top Gun was so popular too. I think people were so beat down and just tired of watching this Marvel comic book shit that people said, this is what movies are supposed to be like. Fun, decent stories. You take characters that actually grow. There's male bonding. There's a romance in here. And there's a great action that's practical effects. $1.4 billion almost. Unbelievable. And then you have this shit where they're playing Who's That Girl for some idiot who can just turn green all of a sudden. Like, I just don't. Oh my god! And then the name calling. Oh, you're just a misogynist, Tanner. You're a misogynist. He put it. Oh yeah. See, Abomination AJ even said he put her ass in the ground, and she said, "God help us" in World War Hulk. I remember that specifically. It's one of the comics I actually read. He is so much more powerful than her. No, not in 2022. 2022, we got to have female empowerment and strength.
You go, girl. You go, girl.
And then there's a scene. There's a scene later where she goes into a bathroom after this. I believe it's after this, where she goes into it, and all the females follow her and like, "Oh my god, girl, you're so awesome. Here's some makeup." And of course, there's a they them in the bathroom with them.
What the hell is a they them?
Well, we know. It's a transitioned person, as they say to Tim. Transitioned person.
He's a woman, Tim.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they think she's a woman. Biologically, it's not a woman because what is a woman, right? But There's a lot of that. She's just kicking everybody's ass immediately. And that was only episode 1 out of 7, I think. So how much worse can this get? Now, I'm not going to watch it. You guys aren't going to watch it. But why? Why is this shit necessary? We know why. But, I mean, would you have a daughter. If you have a daughter, would you want her watching this crap?
No.
Thank you. The wrong lessons are being taught here.
They're pot committed at this point. They're like, they can't backtrack on it. Because they backtrack on it, they got to explain to everybody what they were doing for so long. They're pot committed. They gotta hold the line and hope that we just forget about it. They're going to slowly phase it out, and they're going to act like nothing ever happened.
But in the meantime, we all have to suffer through this shit, and we got to be called names for it because we're told that. That one fight scene alone was embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I'm still waiting for you to show the fight scene.
Thank you. There's a lot more, but that part with when she's talking to Hulk about being, why she's angry every day. It's like, okay, well, look what he's been through. If you go back to even if it's the same Hulk character from even in the past movies with Ed Norton, and so. You're talking about you've been through more pain. This guy almost lost an arm trying to bring people back. He suffered. And if I'm incorrect, didn't he say he tried to shoot himself and it didn't work?
Yeah, he spit the bullet out.
Okay, but you got catcalled, lady. You were told you have a nice ass, so you know what? That's it. Just go home, shut the shades, cry. You're traumatized.
I'm done. I'm gonna kill myself.
And then there's scenes. There's scenes. When she's in her law office with all the feminist wording and quotes and Ruth Ginsburg pictures on the fucking wall, but she's got a bad life. She's a lawyer in a big office with making probably 200 G's a year, but she's got a bad life because she has to do laundry.
Yeah, and
she's sad life
going to be murdered every. She's
going to be murdered just by walking out the front door because she's a woman. And let's look up the stats about how many men are murdered in this country compared to women. I want to look at that number. Let's talk about that. You want to talk about facts? Let's talk about how if you become the Hulk, you have to train to be the Hulk. Not in 3 seconds, you're doing thunderclaps, knocking fucking Bruce Banner around the fucking island. It's ridiculous. God, drives me crazy.
I've never seen him like this before.
What?
He's seeing black right now.
I told you I was going to go on a rant. But here's the thing.
Whoa, shut up, Siri.
Siri's fed up.
She's pissed off. Look, I'll say this. I can understand why they would want to have more strong female characters. Because to be fair, there isn't a ton of them out there in the grand scheme of things. So I could understand them wanting to take these characters like Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, Rogue.
Well, yeah, sure.
Oh my God! Did you just see what Diana put in the chat? Facts: Black Americans comprise of 13% of Americans. Jesus! From the top rope.
Wow. No, but Tanner's not wrong. Like, I have no problem with female characters being in movies or TV shows. That's not a problem I have. It's when you're putting your agenda of your ideals into the character that has no basis of being, has no reason to be there. The She-Hulk comic was great. People loved the She-Hulk. She was fun. She was funny. She was a badass, but she never used that. Oh, I'm a female. Huh? She used it to her advantage in a good way, though. Like, it wasn't portrayed this way.
Yeah, like, I understand why they're doing it. I don't agree with how they're going about it. It's like,
no, it's trash.
You're taking these characters, these male characters who are completely top tier level Thor, Hulk, and you're just going to dumb them down in these movies. Yeah. You're going to make a female character have more power, more strength, more all this. And it's like, okay, again, I understand what you're trying to do, but why? Like, She-Hulk is nowhere near the level of Hulk. No. So why are you even trying to portray this? I'm this badass female and I can kick Hulk's ass, whatever. Why? I don't understand it. So yes, to your point, I agree. I don't know why they keep pushing this narrative down everyone's throats. I'm not going to watch the show.
No, not a lot of people.
I have no interest in it at all.
Yeah, it's absolutely garbage, and it's like I said, don't you want it? There's ways to like. I always go back to Ripley from Aliens. I loved Ripley. She was badass. She had that mother. She wanted to take care of Newt because she had this motherly instinct, and when push came to shove, she stepped up. But it wasn't this. Oh, I'm a woman. A man can't do this. She was vulnerable. She worked her way around it. These people are so. These people are so good at what. Like these women are just amazing at everything they do immediately. She was the Hulk for literally 5 minutes, and she does everything better than what he's done in like 2 decades or even longer. Yeah. It's just, oh my God. But you know what? You're right. I do understand the fact you want to add more female empowerment. Fine. Do it in a way that I guarantee you, if this was written in a way that they do this woke bullshit where they were just trying to shove it down your throat, people would actually react to it and like it. They'd be like, okay, cool. She's funny. She's witty. You want to throw in a little snarky joke here and there about boys. Okay, fine. But Disney, I mean, they even said Disney, they're going to go full. We need more female superheroes. We're going to do this. And they're not hiding. They're not even afraid to hide it anymore. So speaking of that, we're going to go into the next subject here. It's going to be a good one. So this bullshit with this Lord of the Rings show, Ismael Cruz Cordova, who is the first elf of color, which is bullshit. It's not true. The Rings of Power with Identity Politics. There's my headline. There will no longer be a time where you could say there are no elves of color. Well, I know there's going to be a time where people are going to watch this and go, wow, this show sucks. But so now he was saying how he didn't see himself in the Tolkien work, but now he can, and all this, like, it just goes to show again, doubling down on this stuff. Identity politics in a show that has, and this is all that, dude. They know this show is going to be a disaster. They are coming out and attacking the fans now every day. They're calling people racist. If you don't like it, you're racist, because they know they have a shit show on their hands. So, I mean, Whiskey, what do you think about shit like this? When you read this, does this give you any interest in watching a show when they just bring out? This is all they advertise. This is all you see about the show. Nobody talks about special effects, characters. It's always race.
Yeah, when the main narrative for any show or movie comes out and they're not talking about the plot or the story or the actors and actresses, and all they're focusing on is like, hey, look at how many POCs we have. Look at how many LGBT representatives I don't care.
You said it wrong. You said it wrong. It's POSs we have, not POCs.
Yeah.
What the hell's a POS? Piece of shit?
There you go.
Yeah, like I don't even care. Like when I see that, I immediately turn off. My brain turns off. I don't want to see it. Like I've said before, I don't love Lord of the Rings. I like him. I like the movies. I've read the books. They're good. I'm not like a super fan or anything.
Right.
But if they wouldn't have had all this narrative push, I probably would watch the show and check it out.
Yeah.
But now it's just this nonstop barrage of, I'm the first black and I'm the first Mexican. I'm the first brown. Who cares? I don't give a crap.
Yeah. And what's pissing people off is that they did change character. Well, first of all, it's not even based on anything. It's not a Tolkien thing. And then they even came out and said the people who created it that, well, we got to make it up current for people to show what the world is like now, which basically is saying that Tolkien was an asshole and didn't do it right the first time. So we have to correct his work.
Yeah.
And it's like his work is legendary. Who complained about it? It was like you said, even if you didn't like the show or the movies or the books, you still know what it is. And this guy just going off about how, the conversation will never be, no, I'm an elf. The next person that comes after me won't have to talk about this because he's the first black elf.
Dad, did he poop? It's called Kyler Murray. He was the first.
Kyler Murray from the Cardinals. Yeah, he is the first black elf. But it's like you see this shit, and again, here we go. You know, they're pushing, and you can always tell when a show they're nervous. They spent $1 billion on this. They have 2 seasons, one just coming out, and the second one's already been greenlit. They're nervous because they're getting so much backlash on this. that this they decide this is the best advertising method is go ahead and just rip the fans and call them racists. Doesn't seem very intelligent to me.
It's stupid to me because, like, let's say I'm just scrolling through, Amazon Prime, and I see, freaking Lord of the Rings, freaking some kind of J.R.R. Tolkien show. Hey, I'm going to watch this. If I start watching it and I see some black elves or some freaking Hispanic dwarves, I'm not going to sit there and be like, what the fuck is this shit? Let me call my Klansmen and let's get together and go with our pitchforks and corks. I would watch the show and be like, hey, this is a cool show. I like this.
Right.
This idea that you have to constantly, it's like you have to constantly remind me that I'm watching a show that's
what it is.
Culturally diverse.
That's what it is.
LGBT pro. I'm like, I don't need to hear that. I'll just watch it and I will judge for myself whether I like the show or not. It's freaking obnoxious.
Yeah, that's true. And I think what the biggest problem is, and I'll bring it up again, is that if you have a criticism about it, just mentioning, hey, I don't remember like black elves being, oh, you're racist. Why would you say that? Why can't they be included? Okay, well, you can't say it's a true work from the original author. Oh, this is what we think he would have wrote. No. You don't get to do that. That's like you writing a book, Filipino Meatball, about, Asian people. And then they make a series out of it 10 years from now. And they go, we're going to make all the people white because that's how I think he interpreted it because you're dead. Like something happened to you, you passed away. We think he interpreted it this way, but we're going to make it current for current time. So we're going to put every nationality, every trans person, every this and that into the storyline, even though he didn't write it that way. And we're going to make up a whole new story for the beginning of this and then change everything.
It's low-hanging fruit. Just call it what it is, guys. It's low-hanging fruit.
Exactly what it is.
They don't have the willpower, the brain power, the whatever to create something new and dynamic, right? That's going to capture your attention. Jack Carr, right? Like he wrote something out of his own mind, put it together, people love it, right? Whether you agree with the politics in it or whatever, he created a conversation. These people are just rehashing stupid stuff. And they're like, well, I can't just rehash it because then it's just a remake. So let me just throw some stupid low-hanging fruit in here, and we call it what it is. Trash.
Yeah. No, you nailed it on the head. It's low-hanging fruit because you're right. They don't have the intelligence to come up with their own stories, so they got to take old stories and then rearrange them for today. And it's not going to work, especially with this fan base. Like Whiskey Banger said it. You don't have to be the fandom for Lord of the Rings is, I think, just the same as it would be for Star Wars. I mean, I think it's even more because people take this as a literal work. Like Star Wars, you can expand. It's an expanded universe. This is specific. Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, and they're not going to. This is going to get review bombed to hell, and I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh. It's the same thing with this stupid show coming on HBO, this House of Dragons shit. Immediately, they're like, "Oh, this is going to be about." Oh, okay. So we know. Okay. So I think Whiskey, I don't know if Filipinos are...
Calm down, breathe.
So we know that the Rogue One movie that came out, right? Whiskey with the pre to the episode 4 of Star Wars, right? Talks about whatever. Yeah. So they're making an Andor show, which is I think a prequel to that, even to Rogue One. Immediately, the first actress that comes out, we're going to talk about gender politics and why men put women down in power, and it's about the Trumpian world and what he did to change everything and how bad it is and fascism. And I'm like, it's a fucking Star Wars show. It's a Star Wars show. Stick to the fucking plan. First of all, nobody asked for a fucking Andor show, okay? Nobody cares about these stupid people. Rogue One was a decent movie.
I care. I care. I've never watched a single minute of Star Wars, but I care.
I know you care. You're a caring person. You care for Diana.
That's right. I would do things for Diana that I wouldn't do for you.
Oh my God. Why do I feel like I should be the one drinking the whiskey? Whiskey Banger just left. He said, fuck these people. I'm done. I'm done with Star Wars. I'm done with all this. I think you're right, Tim. I think the it's low-hanging fruit. But what's frustrating about it is that if you call it out, you're basically your life's ruined because they'll try to.
It's like when my mother-in-law is very liberal, like far squad left liberal, right? And when we start having conversations, and then she just goes off the reservation, like making accusations and saying things, like you just sit there and you go, like, how did we get here in society? This woman has a master's degree. How did we get here in society where we think it's okay that just because one individual person had a tweet that you didn't like, everyone who has ever voted or supported that man is now racist and a fascist? Like, what? Like, we've gone backwards in history. People, what? I don't get it. I think I call it low-hanging fruit because there's no brain power behind it. There's no, there's no intellectual thought behind it.
It's all emotion. It's all emotion.
Yeah, it's all emotion. It's what you think of right now. It's what Whiskey Banger did when I was poking the bear about him and he slapped a yoga ball across the freaking room. Oh, like it's just emotional snap. Like there's no intelligence behind it at all.
No, there's no thought process. And again, these people aren't even supporting the projects that they're supposedly supposed to support. They're just going on Twitter and just typing, "Oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen." And when you do a little research, they're not even actually paying to see the show. How is that? It's just, again, keyboard warriors, SJW warriors who just sitting in their basements alone and wondering where the world screwed them up when it's them who screwed themselves up, and they got to take it out on the world. So, why do you guys make me talk about this shit, man? This just drives me nuts.
Because you love it. Dude, let me give you an example.
I've never seen you that heated before in my life.
I could have went worse, but Diana told me to calm down. So my blood pressure. Anyway, sorry, go Whiskey.
Cassie and I watched a movie last night, and this movie had a black dude, a white dude, a Hispanic girl, and then like some European dude with like a funky accent. At no point in that movie did they virtue signal. Did they let you know that I was a strong Mexican female? And guess what? The movie was fun and we enjoyed it. It was actually hilarious. That's the kind of crap that needs to happen. All this woke.
Just make movies.
Yeah, just make the damn movie. I don't care who the actor or actress is. It could be a gay Mexican dude. I don't care. But don't sit there and tell me that I have to grovel to him and apologize for being a conservative white male.
That's what it is right there.
Yeah, happens to be a Hispanic gay dude. Like, who cares? I don't care.
Did you hear about the... Go ahead,
I'm going to throw this out there. There's something that my wife told me yesterday, and it kind of resonated with me. Do you notice that all the women that claim to be like, oh, being held down by the man and they feel different, you don't know what it's like or whatever. You ever notice it's non-successful women? It's never the one that like is successful. All three of us have successful wives, right? None of them are like it.
Nope.
That's a good point.
And she made that point, and I'm all like, yeah, I never thought about that. She goes, my wife's a principal. She goes, you ever notice? She's like, I noticed that now female principals, female district employees, directors, and stuff like that don't complain about it. It's the teachers' aides that are female. It's the low-level teachers that are female because they don't want to do anything to improve themselves. They just want to bring everybody down to their level.
Well, that's all this show is, Hulk. It's all victim mentality bullshit. That's all it is. It's all this generation's about. It's what this new look. Even Sasquatch Jr.'s had enough. Look, he's drunk. Look at him. He's like, I'm done. I'm peacing out. But it's true. It's all this victim mentality. We talk about this all the time. It's everywhere. In society, it's everywhere. In Hollywood, it's everywhere on TV. It's hard to get away from. And, having a daughter as a teenager, it's not easy. I have my ideals. I try to teach her. She's her own person. She's becoming a small adult, even though she's 6'8". She's
like my height.
I try to back her down in the paint with the opposite shoulder a hook shot. She swatted that shit 3 rows up.
No. She'll pull that Kareem hook shot shit on you.
Bro, I got no chance. I'm trying to pull the chair on her, fall to take charges and shit.
I think the problem I have, and I know Diana was trying to be nice, and I love her for it. I just get frustrated, and I do agree. I think you have to push back a little bit because they get away with everything. So if you don't say something about it, They'll just keep going and going and going. But I think things will turn around eventually. It's going to take a while. Disney doesn't give a shit. They're making money hand over fist, but their profits are dropping. And when that's the bottom line, when the money's not there anymore, then they'll start caring. It's the same thing with Warner Brothers recently, right? We were just talking. They're canceling movies, TV shows because they're saying it's not an anti-woke agenda, but that's exactly what it is. Their bottom line is they're not profiting. These projects they're making are stupid. By the way, I read today, Tanner, that your boy Robert Pattinson's Batman is going to end after this trilogy, and they're done with him. This new Warner Brothers president is like, we're done. We like Pattinson, but after this, we're going in a new direction. After his trilogy is over,
This guy's not fucking.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I thought that, right? Like, what are they going to do? But they just canceled the first Hispanic Batgirl and the first Hispanic Supergirl. So I don't think that's the direction you're thinking they're going to go. I just think in their mind,
I have no faith in Warner Brothers.
Maybe they can get the same director for the. Maybe they can get the same director for the new Angels in the Outfield movie.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
What are they going to call it? The Mets in the subway?
No, see, you told me this rumor about this Angels in the Outfield remake, and I want to throw up if it's true. It's about the Mets, by the way. Well, the rumor is it's about the Mets, and if that's true,
so I'll tell the rumor. So, a good friend of mine that I went to high school with, he's an editor and a producer that does like live sports, and he works for ESPN. But when movies are making like shots from real games and stuff like that, they borrow him over because he knows how to make it look good, right? While still making it look like sports. So he messaged me and he told me that he just signed a contract where he's going to be doing the remake of Angels in the Outfield, but it's based in New York around the Mets. So I'm thinking Mets. I think Mets in the subway. That's what we should call it.
Mets in the Mets on the 7 train.
Yeah, like what the whole point of Angels in the Outfield is it's that California Angels.
It's a lot. Well, sorry, it's Los Angeles Angels now.
Oh, excuse me. In the movie,
no. It's the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Who doesn't remember that movie? Tony Danza. Wasn't Danny Glover in that? And Tony Danza.
Yep.
It was. What's his name?
That movie.
McConaughey was in it too.
Yes, early McConaughey. You know what? Diana has
he was a center fielder.
Diana's idea is let's have our favorite, like a movie segment show, which is actually not a bad idea. We can go down in categories because we have some interesting conversations about movies. What's considered a great movie?
We can make that a drinking game too. Every time that you guys bring up a movie that I've never watched, shots they be done in about 20 minutes.
You'll be dead within the first 5 minutes. Right? You'll have alcohol poisoning within the first 5 minutes of that show. That's actually not a bad idea. There's a lot of segments we can come up with ideas from. I know these fools usually give me ideas, and then movie thing is not a bad idea though.
I like that idea.
It's a great idea.
Or I like the segment of using Tim as a piñata and just beating the shit out of him with the bat.
That's a really strong chain or rope or however you're gonna hang me.
I missed this comment by Diana. She wrote something. I like movies with hot meatballs. Oh, I mean men.
No, she meant meatballs. She meant meatballs.
I tell you, Diana.
She could be my ratatouille any day.
Hot meatballs.
How do you even respond to something like that?
I got nothing.
I swear, what did I think of this idea? No, this is good. I have fun doing this. No, but really, I mean, all right. You know what? I'm gonna get off the subject of the woke movie shit. I'm gonna talk about this next thing that Whiskey Banger brought up that scared the shit out of me more than anything this week. Even more than even more than woke movies, and because that's just obvious and that's always gonna be around. This story.
Do I even know this story?
Oh, this story was under the radar a lot. I think actually, if he didn't bring it up, I wouldn't even know. I did a little research on this. And this is only important in the world spectrum about how, where we're going in the future and the threats we have facing America, including our own threats in our own country with the new IRS. Tim,
bro, I have an interview. I already have an interview. They came and had casting interviews or whatever, or what they call them. No, they have they come once a quarter, and if you want to interview with them, you can. So like
you can.
They cave, and I can next week. I am, bro. Have you seen the videos? I'm gonna be that guy in the front of the stack.
I've seen the videos. I've seen the videos. It was scary.
Dude, get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna talk about this. Sorry.
Yes.
Tim, if you become an IRS agent, I'm coming to your home. I think it's Vostok.
Vostok. So the only reason I heard about this was because I got an email from the VA that had this in a link. I didn't see this anywhere on the news. I didn't see this anywhere on social media.
Neither did I.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Because now, yes, it's pretty normal for countries that are around each other to like train and do exercises together. It happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you look at the names of the countries involved: China, India, Belarus, Mongolia, Tajikistan. I'm sorry, what? First off, China and India are not friends.
No.
Yet.
Yeah, yet.
Yet.
Russia is already doing some shady shit with Ukraine right now. China's already doing shady shit with Taiwan. So you're telling me that these, and to be fair, India's army is actually pretty stout. Like they have a pretty good military.
Well, they have 900 million people. So yes,
they do fly F-15s.
You're talking Russia, China, and India, three of the largest militaries in the world, starting to train together and do exercises together. That to me is extremely suspect.
Yeah. That's a little worrisome.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I mean, several months ago, China was in Canada training their military with the Canadian military, and the U.S. had to step in and be like, China, get the fuck out of here. Canada, negative. You're not doing that.
I like.
Do you think they were trading like maple syrup for? I don't know.
Asshole.
Chinese food?
I like this comment here. The aim is to deepen practical and friendly cooperation with the armies of participating countries, enhance the level of strategic collaboration among the participating parties, and strengthen the ability to respond to various security threats. Yeah, that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
That is suspect as shit because look at it this way. Just say hypothetically, let's say China invades Taiwan. U.S. is going to get involved.
Yeah. Will they?
So now China.
You think they will?
Absolutely, they will.
They have to.
You think right now with this administration, you think they will?
I think they will. I mean, granted, Sleepy Joe, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, but I still think the U.S. will get involved. Yes.
I think he died. I think Joe Biden died. I think it's all
it's
deep fake.
Okay. Now I'm really getting kicked off of YouTube. It's all well, by the way, pretty soon here, I want to have a conspiracy theory show. What do you think about that?
Dude, I'm so fun.
Our top 5 or 10.
No, I got my top 3. You guys aren't going to be ready for my top 3.
So let me ask you this.
I'm not ready for you.
Are we going to be talking about like legitimate things that were considered conspiracies but then ended up becoming real?
Yeah. We can talk about the main conspiracy stuff. We could talk. Here's what I want to do. We can have the first part of it be like, yes, the moon landing stuff. I can't say
we never went there.
YouTube, the buildings coming down theory. Certain
the loose change project.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're more talking like the questionable things, not so much.
Yeah, but we can throw in theories that we have, like
MK Ultra.
And MK Ultra, that's another good
one. Could throw in our own theories about stuff like, hey, even like the minor stuff, like this recent. I heard a good one today about this recent IRS stuff with the 87,000. Like why this is happening possibly, and they say it's for taxes, but it could be for other stuff. It's a federalized police force basically, and there was a lot of theories about that.
Remember, I told you exactly what they're gonna do and how they would shut a guy like Tanner out because he said something online. They freeze his bank account, take all of his money, and see how long Tanner can live without any money.
You know what? He was Tim was Filipino Meatball was actually right. The more I looked into this, it's more of, oh, you have a Venmo account or some, and it's going to who? Oh, you're purchasing weapons. You're purchasing this. It's going to a conservative leaning group. Oh, well, did you claim that on your taxes the proper way? Because we're gonna audit your ass. And the rich don't.
I work in finance. I work in auditing. So like I know exactly how it works. So like if, for example, for all our fans out there, if Whiskey Banger goes, you know what? I think I'm gonna go buy a gun this weekend. You know what? And that pops up on whatever pops up, social media or whatever, and that kicks over to the IRS, and then someone like me looks at it and goes, well, let's go look at his what he's got in his bank account. Oh, he seems like a red flag over here. We should freeze his account. Freeze all of his accounts. 90 days later, maybe we'll get around to do it, right? Does Whiskey Banger have enough cash on him or resources to live 90 days without any access to any of his bank accounts, be able to liquefy anything that he had, like a house, a car, or anything like that, because he can't get access to it? You literally just created a way to colonize people that are already in the U.S.
Yeah, it's a way to control. It's just more control, and more ways to make money off middle-class people. Because everybody talks about this Inflation Act and how it's going to hurt. It's not anybody's making $400,000. No. You don't look at the research. Middle class is going to get hammered on this thing. It's not going into effect for a few years. But all of us here on this stream do okay. Just watch taxes slowly going up in the next 2 years. And then again, the gas, we want to talk about it because the gas price is coming down so much. It's just a distraction. Oh, look, we're bringing down gas prices. Look, it's going to be, $3.75 downtown here now and $3.90 in other parts. It's going to be in the low threes here soon. They're going to keep using that. What is Diana saying here? Hanging with the guys that get a little naughty. Tim, what are you doing to her?
Bro, it's not what I do to her. It's what she does to me.
You're talking about China invading. She's all getting crazy with the keys here. I don't know what's going on.
I'll invade her China any day.
Jesus,
this could be a land nav war.
I don't even know how to talk to you anymore.
Dude, don't even start with land nav. You get lost.
Look, I would have no problem getting lost.
I wouldn't know how to land nav for shit.
I could give Tim a compass right now, and he would still get fucking lost.
Yeah.
Compass.
Where are we going? Where am I going?
I don't. You
try
tell
to
me.
Find Tanner's house. try to find Tanner's house with a compass and a map. And you know what? Let's face it. Main parts of Arizona are not hard. It's not hard to get around here. It's east, west, north, south, and there's avenues and streets. It's very easy here, and everything's a highway. So it's really hard to get lost here. But I got my money on the compass beating Tim.
I would be all like, is this how you use this? And he's like, did he use it as a coaster? No, that's not how you use a compass.
Yeah. Land nav is something it's a by the way, it's something that we all need to learn because I have a feeling we're going to be battling it out here with the government eventually. So we're going to need to know how to navigate into the woods somewhere or the hot deserts. At some point.
I mean, I'm going to give you guys an 8-digit grid on how to get to my cabin.
Yeah.
It's up to you to figure that out.
So when I get killed by a mongoose, is that your fault or is that my fault?
Dude, I'm going to give the 8-digit grid to Tim, and he's going to call me and be like, I'm in freaking Sierra Vista.
Yeah.
Freaking 4 hours in the opposite
What
direction.
happens is I'm going to show up at your front door, and you'll be like, how the hell did you get here? And I'm like, nothing. And then you see someone else in their car leaving that dropped me off. Yeah. Some Uber driver just dropped me off.
Fuck Uber. I'm going to go to the military and be like, hey, can you get me to this location, please? A helicopter. That's how I want to go into Tanner's cabin in the middle of nowhere. It's so we could talk about anything really, but there's the main conspiracies, and then there's whatever theories we think.
Tell Greg in your chat the reason why the Yankees are losing is they traded away the man, the myth, the legend, Gallo. You can't trade Gallo away and think that you're going to win. That sub 200 hitting god of a man.
They also gave away one of their top prospects, and they didn't mean to. They said, which is weird. Oh yeah, Tanner, I wanted to show you this. Look at this.
But they also got Harrison Bader back.
Remember Daisy Ridley? How she used to be kind of normal. This is the new Daisy Ridley.
Oh my god. Of course.
I love the comment right above Steph, my nerdy home. She's part of Geeks and Gamers. She's like, yeah, feminism just ruined women. It's ruined them. It's like,
wait, is that a woman?
Yeah,
dude, that's the girl from Star Wars, bro.
Yeah,
never seen Star Wars.
Of course,
she's been in some other stuff, but I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. But that's not Daisy Ridley. I know. I mean, that's pretty bad.
I don't even know what a Daisy Ridley is. Because that's not a female.
It doesn't normally look like that. Oh, by the way, speaking of videos, did you see the incident in Los Angeles at the 7-Eleven that happened?
Yes. Yes. The mob.
Yeah, let's show Tanner this. Because this, yeah, you're going to love this, buddy. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to pull up 7-Eleven. Let's see this. This was insane. You want to talk about why you need 30-round magazines? This is the reason why. I'm going to pull it up if I can. Computer's not cooperating.
I'm just going to throw this out here. This video makes me contemplate what I would need to do to conceal carry a minigun.
Dude, it's bad.
How can I carry a 240 Bravo in broad daylight?
So this is a street.
I don't know if 240. I don't know if a 240 is enough. You might need a straight up minigun.
This is a flash mob raid. I don't even know if I'm going to get in trouble for this. I don't think there's any violence. There's just a lot of theft. Here, I'm going to add this into the stream. Look at this. You can't really hear anything. It's more visual.
Yeah.
This is in Los Angeles.
Do they show the inside?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
This is in LA.
I don't like a lot of people around me. This just, Look
at this. It gets worse. Okay, there is some sound. Never mind.
I mean, I just see a bunch of Biden voters, but
right. You notice how the store owner's like, he's gone. He's like, I'm done.
I'm surprised they're not taking the scratchers. There you go.
There you go, right?
No, they're taking the cigarettes, bro.
Yeah. This is what happens when you live in cities like Los Angeles where lawlessness is allowed.
Did anyone notice that they left all the dip?
Yeah.
They left a lot of...
They left the scratchers in the dip. We could definitely tell this isn't the South.
Just notice how the guy who was behind the counter just dipped out. He's like, I'm done. I'm not putting my life on this.
Who is this random white girl?
Look at this insanity. And that's the video.
No one getting a Slurpee? I would look if I'm going into raid a 7-Eleven. I'm bringing a Slurpee machine home with me. That's just gonna happen.
I'm taking that whole roll of freaking scratchers, bro.
Tanner's trying to profit on this. I'm just like, bro, can you imagine mixing your own Mountain Dew Slurpees?
Bro. I mean, that was pretty much it. But
bro, did you see Diana? Did you see Diana? A lot of 13%.
That is the craziest thing I've seen on the internet in a long time. Like, what the hell? And you want to talk about why we need weapons?
That's why I conceal carry right there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You're standing in line buying a freaking soda and some fucking snacks.
I'm imagining
50 people show up.
I'm just imagining myself right now standing in a QT with my daughter, who's almost 4, buying a juice and a pink donut. And then that happened. Like, bro. Yeah.
And all you're trying to do
is good thing I have 16 in the mag, 1 in the chamber, and a 22 on my hip. Like, we're about to do some work, friends.
Let's go. I mean, that shit scared the hell out of me. I was like, wow, could you imagine?
I don't like groups of people. Like, I avoid large groups of people. That would freak me out so fast.
I mean, you're swarmed. What do you do? Yeah. But yeah, hey, let's take everybody's guns away.
Dumping mags, bro.
So let's start taking everybody. Well, that's the whole
plan.
Fight my
way back to my chest rig and my 300 blackout in my car.
Pew, pew,
is that the curtain?
Pew, pew, pew. I mean, they want to take our guns away. They want to give guns to the IRS, which is a government employee, and then they want to limit ours. I'd say there's an agenda somewhere. No, but you guys.
No. That's a show for another time, bro. Conspiracy
show. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a good topic. But anyway, I don't know, man. We got a lot of problems. One of them is She-Hulk, obviously.
I've never seen you like that.
Oh, I could have got. You should have seen me today. I was working and listening to podcasts on this as I'm working, and I was flustered. And then I heard the clips and I had to stop and watch them for a second. And not even a whiskey banger would say. Tired of this shit, man.
I'm tired of this fucking bullshit.
Make movies.
Make
movies. Fucking fuck farts. I like
Jesus.
That.
This is a family show.
No. Not really.
I mean, Diane and I are trying to make a family.
Oh my God. Yeah, she's a married woman.
And he's a married man.
Semantics.
Two wrongs.
Schematics.
Schematics.
Unbelievable. You people are unbelievable. I don't know what the hell's going on with my internet here. It's all glitchy.
Wait, do I get to go on my rant?
Yes.
Yeah, you can go on your rant now.
So, I work from home 4 out of the 5 days of the week. 1 day a week, I have to go into the office. In the office, they have this really cool cafeteria where you can order on an app, go down, pick it up on your lunch or your break, and bring it back up. So I go down there, and I ordered an iced tea, extra ice, right? And I ordered 2 of them. So I get down there, and the lady behind the counter goes, "Why did you order tea with extra ice? Why don't you just get one with no ice and then get a cup of ice?" And I was all like, because I like my drinks ice cold. Like, I will pay for the extra drink to have my drink ice cold. I don't want to pour warm liquid over ice. I want cold liquid in a cold glass with ice. And she's like sitting there arguing with me, and I'm like, okay, hold on, woman. You go be your ferret self over there and drink your room temperature water because it doesn't have ice in it, and you can have the greatest value in the world is I'm secure enough in my freaking self to where I can go buy 2 of them and bring them up and drink them because they're ice cold. I don't get it. I don't get people drinking room temperature beverages. I just don't understand. I'm over them, and if they want to judge me, I'll fight them. I mean, I won't fight them because I'm not getting fired, but I'll fight them.
When it comes to things like chocolate milk, do you throw it in the freezer? Do you put ice cubes?
I do. I drink. People think I'm absolutely bonkers. I drink orange juice with ice in it.
I have no problem with that.
Like,
I'm all about ice cold beverages.
Thank you. Like, my drinks are cold. I spend the extra money to buy the Yeti, to buy the Arctic cups, right? Because I want my drink cold. I don't want a plastic cup over here. Like, like when I go through the lines anywhere and I'm like, extra ice, please. And they're just like, but you get less drink. No, shit, Sherlock. I just was born yesterday. I know that. If I wanted more liquid, I'll just buy more. The drink was $1.19.
Dude, I'm the same way, man. I do the same thing with alcohol too. Like my whiskey, pile the ice in there.
Yep.
I don't get people are like, ew, it waters it down. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I want that shit ice cold. Ice cold.
Do you know that, like, did anyone ever tell you the secret of whiskey with a drop of water?
They have, yes.
I just recently learned that, and I was all like, my mind's blown. I did not know this at all. But I'm with you. Any drink that I'm getting, whether it's a mixed drink like a mule, or if it's just whiskey on the rocks, I'm like, put all the rocks in. Fill the glass with rocks and then pour it in. I'm not looking for that tiny sphere that's not going to chill the drink, right? That just looks cool. No, I want my drink cold. Extra cold. And I'll buy more. You should be happy about this, bartender.
Yeah, well, ruined me. Greg in the chat, the entire time I was deployed, all we had was warm water. Not even like room temperature. Warm water.
Are you talking about like the water buffaloes that they bring everywhere?
Yes. And you'd fill up your Camelback with warm water. You're on patrol all day long, sitting in the sun. That water's like 90 something degrees, and you're just sitting
right
there. Ever since I came back, I'm like, every single thing I drink is destroyed with ice. Because I won't drink room temperature water. I won't.
So there's a place that we go for Mexican food that's real near us, and we're like family there. They know exactly who we are. They play with the daughter, right? And they know that my wife gets iced tea, or we get iced tea and waters, right? And they will literally bring a pitcher of iced tea, a pitcher of water, and a pitcher of ice because they know I just keep refilling the ice in my drink because that's all I want is just ice cold drinks. That's all I want in life. Like we could solve world issues. Russia would leave the Ukraine if we just served more ice in our drinks. I am fully prepared to stand on that hill.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
And it's
put some ice in your vodka, Putin.
Jesus. Oh, we're supposed and I'm not a wine drinker. Okay. I don't know anything about wine, but I know that people get shamed for putting ice in their wine. I would be like, bro, put mine in a Yeti, fill that thing up with ice, put it in the freezer. I want frost coming off. I want little wine icicles on the top of my drink, right? Maybe I'm in the minority, but this is the right minority.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do it. I call them rabbits. I'm like, go drink your room temperature water, you rabbit.
You see what Diana just said?
So no, but I think I'm about to go ask her some questions after this stream. So Diana, my close friend, has some questions for you. Since we lost our host here, do we get to pick whatever we want to talk about?
Dude, we can talk about whatever we want.
Do you know what we should talk about?
What's the next rant?
Do you know? No. Oh, you want my next rant?
Yeah. What's your next rant? What do you got?
The fact that everyone thinks that I can't even say it. The DJ from Clemson is anything other than a mediocre non-Power 5 quarterback. That kid, I don't understand what they see in this kid. I know we're going back to college football, but I've been watching tape on him, and I'm like, bro, his footwork is garbage. His anticipatory throws are garbage. He has to see it before he throws it, and the times that he has to see it before he throws it, he still doesn't put it on the numbers. He's putting that thing high, putting that thing wide. I don't get the hype. I get nothing.
Dude, I agree with you. Back in high school, when Bryce Young was at Mater Dei and freaking DJ Igualele, however the fuck you pronounce his name, was at St. John Bosco, they were the number 1 and number 2 freaking quarterbacks. And people were like, it's which one's the best? Who's the best? Blah, 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 back and forth. I watched 10 minutes of tape and I was like,
no, Diana, he's not good looking. He's not.
No.
He's horrible.
He's not. Yeah, after watching 10 minutes of tape, I'm like, Bryce Young is by far and away the better.
Way better. I think Bryce Young, no offense to CJ Stroud, but I think Bryce Young's the most pro-ready quarterback I've ever seen Bama produce. I watched that game against Georgia, and he was getting wrecked because they couldn't block anybody on Georgia. They couldn't run the ball. The pass protection was garbage. But every time he even had to escape, he had that base. Everything was coming from on-balance throws. He's putting balls where they needed to be. Sure, they weren't on the numbers everywhere because he's on the run for his life, but he's putting balls where they needed to be to make a play. And I look at DJ, and I'm like, you were supposed to be the same as him. You were supposed to be as good, if not better than him, because you have a bigger frame. And I just look at him, I'm like, you don't have the arm strength. You don't have that. You know how Cam Newton's and those big guys, Ryan Mallett is the guy that I always think of about this. When he was at Michigan, he thought about flicking his wrist and the ball went 50 yards on a rope, right? Yeah. DJ was supposed to have that arm, and he doesn't. He looks like he winds up, and that thing is flat and short. I just don't – I don't buy into him at all. I think I'm a big Jackson Dart fan after watching film on him. I think he's going to do something that – we're supposed to be. And then I watched, you know what I did? You know what? I want your opinion on this. I have homework for you if you have not watched this. Go watch the spring game for Texas. Quinn Ewers is trash.
Dude.
Everything there was nothing hitting anyone in the body. The only thing he was accurate on were those quick smoke screens out to the outside. That was it. Everything else that had pushed the ball down the field or anything, he couldn't hit anything outside the numbers. And I'm just like, I hope Sark can get you straight in a couple of years. But if you're he's the starting quarterback this year, bro, his footwork is atrocious. He has all the arm talent in the world. He's not accurate, and he had horrible footwork. And I thought, for whatever reason, maybe I was wrong, I thought that he had mobility. I didn't see it at all.
Yeah, so Quinn Ewers, okay, so biggest mistake Quinn Ewers made was transferring to Texas. Like, I know he's from Texas. He wanted to originally go to Texas. He committed to freaking Ohio State, signed with them, and then transferred.
He committed.
I get all
remember,
that.
He committed to Texas first and then backed out and went to Ohio State.
Yeah, he flipped over to Ohio State. He is every bit of a 5-star. He has the arm talent. His biggest mistake is committing and going to freaking Texas. They're not going to develop him into a quarterback. Texas does not have quarterbacks. They have dudes that run the ball.
Sark can?
I don't think he can.
Okay.
Nope. I think Sark is a good play caller. I think Sark is a decent head coach for now. But as far as being like a quarterback whisperer, I don't see it.
Where would you have gone?
Quinn Ewers should have gone to, if we're talking, let's take this 5-star and making him like a legitimate NFL quarterback, he should be going to places like, let me think about this for a second. I mean, hell, I'd even say he's better off going to Texas A&M than Texas.
I mean,
right
they have
off
a
the
better
bat.
they have better track record of quarterbacks in college football.
He's better off going to places like Florida, LSU, Bama. Now, granted,
That's the one. That's the one for me. LSU with Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
He'd have been Ian Book 2.0.
Yeah. Like you said, I mean, you nailed it on the head. The dude has all the talent in the world. He's raw as shit. His footwork sucks. He's got a nice arm, but his mechanics are trash. And it's like, you're doing yourself a disservice by going to Texas. He needs to be going to LSU. He needs to be going to, hell, even Bama. Hell, even Georgia. Any of those schools would have taken him. Hell, go to USC. Freaking Lincoln Riley is a better quarterback whisperer than Sarkisian is.
I was reading an article the other day on The Athletic from Chris Leak. That Chris Leak from Florida, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about Quinn Ewers' biggest mistake of going to Texas to where a program that doesn't have. Oh, hey. But they were talking about
commit suicide.
But he was talking about how Quinn Ewers made a mistake of going to a school that doesn't develop quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, that you just got to be the talent. They don't have anybody anyone past Colt McCoy hasn't panned out at all, right? And he listed 3 schools that he should have gone to, and the 2 that resonated with me was, I don't even know where he is now, but Sonny Dykes. He's like, do you want to set some records? You want to be a legend? Go play for Sonny Dykes. You have exactly what Sonny Dykes needs. Strong arm that can get the ball out quickly. He'll fix everything else for you, right?
He's at SMU, right?
He's at SMU, right? I think so.
Yeah, I think it's SMU.
And then he goes, if you really wanted to have some fun, go sit behind Will Rogers and go to Mississippi State and then be ridiculous. Because then he goes, if you think about it, God, what's that quarterback's name that's in that former Washington State that's now in the NFL? Gardner Minshew. That's what he did with Gardner Minshew. Arm talent for days, didn't have the base, right? The knock on him coming out of high school was that he was not accurate. He made Gardner Minshew an NFL quarterback, like a real NFL quarterback. You could do that with Quinn Ewers. Give him Quinn Ewers, sit behind Will Rogers for a year or 2 or whatever it takes, and then take 2 years and be Gardner Minshew and then go get drafted.
I agree.
How did I know that was going to turn into a college football show after I kicked off?
You
missed our ice rant.
Oh. Nice. Oh, the ice rant. Yeah, I wanted to hear the ice rant, but that's okay. I can replay it. I don't know. So my computer just decided to just get retarded and fucking freeze on me.
Bunch of freaking rabbits walking around drinking room temperature water.
Yeah, you were saying so what's the issue here again? That if you can't, you are an ice man. Why don't people have ice in their drinks? Is that what the argument was?
I order extra ice in my drinks because I like my drinks very, very cold.
Sure.
This 12-year-old ferret was trying to tell me that, you could have just ordered one without any ice and then got a cup of ice and poured it over it. And I was like, take your $8.50 an hour making ass and shut your mouth. I can't stand it. I go to Black Rock every single Saturday, and I go through there, and they know my order, and they're like, "Are you sure you want extra ice?" Bitch, put it in the drink.
Give me the ice.
You know what? You can even have the extra. Make your normal amount, and then keep the extra on the side. I don't care, but I want mine ridiculously ice filled.
Just give me some ice,
God.
man.
Bro, right? But it doesn't even cost you that much money. In fact, it probably saves your company money by giving me ice instead of the beverage.
Well, yeah, but, ice is a commodity these days, Tim.
Greg, just so you know, the Greg in the chat, she not only argued with me, she tried to, get other people involved. And we're like, would you guys want this ice? And I'd be like, bitch, just put it on the tray so I can go upstairs. God damn. Are you sure? There's no in the order. At ice
give me
to
the
ice. Top.
Ice to see.
And the thing, to be honest, they also have the QT ice or the Sonic ice, so those little pebble ice. So oh my god, it's so freaking good. But no, they want to hoard that shit behind the counter. Which I'm gonna come over to this counter. I'm gonna go 7-Eleven on you, and I'm gonna bring a Slurpee machine home.
I can see that. Damn, I missed. I'm glad I got the ice rant now because I did. You were just getting into it, and my computer said, "Nope, not today, fat boy."
Yeah, you're done, Ginzo.
And then I'm glad to see that the stream actually works. Continued on. So thanks for powering on without me, guys.
Yeah, dude.
You're gonna have to watch that section. Basically, we don't even need you anymore.
I don't even know. Yeah, basically, I'm just
bro.
Just call it the Meatball and Banger Whiskey Banger podcast from now on, I guess.
Banger my meatball.
I'll just sit here and rant about She-Hulk while you guys talk about ice and college football.
Still freaking losing his mind about She-Hulk.
I don't know if he's ever going to recover. It's going to be like the schematics thing for us. I'm going to be 2 years from now and be like, talk to me about She-Hulk. Tell me how you really feel.
I have to get through the rest of this season of She-Hulk, and then there's some woke Game of Thrones show, and then a woke Lord of the Rings show, and all in the next month. Tanner might be the new host of the fucking show soon. I don't know. I might be in the hospital.
He's gonna have a goddamn aneurysm, and I'm gonna have
an aneurysm. I'm gonna have it, but it makes so much fun content though.
I'm gonna be the Landau coming on and be like, "Hi, you were expecting Crowder, but no, you get me today."
Yeah. Speaking of Crowder, man, he got kicked off of YouTube for his. Did you see he was on Rumble and had 80,000 live viewers on Rumble for his last episode?
Damn, I have never been on Rumble.
Rumble is like very.
I need to explore it.
I actually just so you know, I forgot I was going to tell a Whiskey Banger this, but you might as well know. I actually signed up for a Rumble account. So basically, what happened? It's basically a smaller version of YouTube, but it's growing fast because of YouTube's restrictions.
So we can be like the hipsters and be like, we're in Rumble before.
Yeah, I actually signed exactly. It's exactly what it is. I actually signed up for a Rumble account, so all my YouTube videos now stream also on Rumble. So if you're on Rumble. Cannoli Sasquatch is the channel. All my content will be there as well. Not a bad idea to have secondary.
Let us know. Let us know if you're watching on Rumble.
There's nobody watching. There's nobody watching here. Never mind Rumble.
I feel like we should do a giveaway for one of the viewers.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, I thought about that. But what could we can give here, Diana? We can give Meatball to you. You want me to send Phil the Mini Meatball to? I think she's not that far off. I think she's in the state that's closer than I thought initially. So it might be doable. See? All right. Well, Danny, you can watch on Rumble if you want, but I don't know how. I think the live streams do go there. You can check it out. If not, you can come back to YouTube next time. If I'm alive after watching She-Hulk episode 2.
I feel like we should do a cannoli and whiskey calendar.
You want to make a calendar?
Exactly like that. Whiskey knows exactly what to go.
I could probably do that. I could probably do that now.
My next door neighbor has an 80s Trans Am. We can go lay on the hood of it.
Play some 80s rock music.
Let me exactly.
Rock me like a hurricane.
Here's my cherry pie.
What did my boy Greg here say? CFVI merger with Rumble. The valuation is 2. What is that? Oh, he's I'm gonna tell you right now. You want to know about stocks? Talk to this dude. This dude is a genius. He's got his own stock channel. So if you
I might need that. I definitely need that 100%. No, I'm trying to retire by 45.
So that stock will go up because of the merger. Yeah, it's some big merger that Rumble just had. It's basically going to expand the company to make it massive. So they're growing fast. You know how Amazon has – Tim might know this too. Amazon has servers they give out to companies. Rumble's just they started theirs this year, and they're growing like crazy because people are sick of Amazon restricting companies from what they can stream and use their company's servers for. Rumble's growing. Rumble's going to get big. So I expanded. You know what? I made an executive decision.
The company I work for, they had their old building was like right down the street from where we all used to work from each other. Yeah. Like it was at I-17 and the 101, like where that was. Yeah, and then they built a new building out by Desert Ridge. Yes. Right? And so that old building, they're like, oh, what were they going to do with it? IT's a like server farm. So like they have an eight like different buildings now just stacked.
No,
with servers.
It's a genius idea, and I think it's smart. But yeah, so I made the executive decision, Whiskey Banger, to expand our podcast to another platform, just in case YouTube says "fuck you guys," we don't like what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, we're a little too conservative for YouTube, so.
Well, anything that's
am I conservative?
No.
That's never
conservative.
Hey, I was told,
no one has ever said I was conservative about anything in my life.
Apparently, if you're libertarian, you're a conservative, and you're a misogynist and a racist these days.
Dude, if you're anything right of Bernie Sanders, you're a conservative.
You're a conservative.
Is he still alive?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Bernie Sanders. Yeah, Bernie. Bernie was actually against the Inflation Act. Isn't that crazy?
Because he actually knows economics. I mean, he's a moron about socialism, but he at least knows economics.
Look at Greg dropping knowledge on here. I do.
Yeah, he is. I'm taking notes.
I do. Sweet, dude, I'm telling you right now. Talk to this guy because he knows. He's very knowledgeable, and he talks. He has his own Twitter thing with stocks. If you want to learn about doing trades and how to do it,
Do you know what I do? I send my money over to Trading Wealth, and they just tell me they give me a report back monthly.
That helps too. That helps too.
Last time I tried to invest in something, it was like a candy dispensing machine. Didn't work out for me.
Yeah, I got an idea. Why don't you invest in Disney and see what happens in the next 5 years?
Crash and burn, Maverick.
Their stock is already dropping.
I should buy it. Don't they say buy the dip?
Kinda. Yeah, because it's cheap. Yeah. So if it comes back up, you're not. Well, it depends. It's still like $90-something a share, $95, something like that. So if you can afford that, sure.
I mean, I'm not like set up like Whiskey Banger over there, but I think I could swing something.
See, look at this. Last time they did a split, the stock went up 80% for Tesla. Jesus. See?
Do you know Tesla's not a vehicle company? They're an information company.
Tesla?
Yeah. Because the auto-driving vehicles, they've mapped out basically the entire U.S. So they're going to be able to sell that. Someone was telling me about that.
Is this the longest we've had? Whiskey, is this the longest show we've done?
No.
We've gone over 2 hours. Yeah, are you okay? Is everybody okay? I listen, I spaced it and my computer took a shit. Are we still good streaming or are we?
I'm good. We did a show that was like 2.5 hours. Once.
What the hell were you talking about?
I don't know what we could talk about for 2.5. I got 7 people still watching, so we're still interesting, I guess. Now that
dude. And we're handsome, whatever.
Oh, we're beautiful men.
Whoa. Did you just call me a man? Did you assume my gender?
I assumed your gender. All right, so I was gonna say something, and now I'm getting old, and I forgot everything.
We need to do a movie thing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna plan. We're gonna get together soon. We're gonna plan some shows out. I know there's always a topic to talk about. Got plenty of She-Hulk to talk about in the future, but hey.
Can you imagine if She-Hulk had an ice issue with their beverages? Holy shit!
Well, she say it's race. It's misogyny because the man gave the man in the seated more ice than she did. So it'd be misogyny. It'll be something against men. I don't know. you know how it goes. Fake feminists is what I call them. What is this guy? Greg's doing a whole like. My boy Greg in the chat is doing an amazing job. He's doing like his own financial expert. That he's just giving. He's doing a show on his own. Look at him. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna definitely do that. A movie show is actually a great idea because it's so many topics, and we're gonna go genres. We can do genres. We could, and then a conspiracy thing. I still want to do the paranormal thing because I recently heard a good Where Did the Road Go episode recently.
Oh yeah, that's my
that freaking podcast. I haven't listened to that podcast in a while because I get distracted, but then I listened to it today, and I'm always just fascinated by those stories. Tim, we could talk about your ghost story of you getting touched in places by a friendly ghost that visited you.
His name was Father O'Brien, and he told me I was the only one.
He's handsome too. Make him a guest. Who are we talking about?
Greg.
Who's she talking about?
Greg.
Oh, Stovepipe. We go talk about Stovepipe. He's not interested in anything. What do you want me to talk to him about? I love the guy. If it's not a gun show, I don't know if he'll come on. I am gonna have a show on my own where I'm gonna interview him, or not interview. We're gonna have like a business episode, but that's gonna be my own stream.
And then I'm gonna audit his business immediately.
You're gonna audit his business and come to his house as an IRS agent. How you doing, Whiskey?
I'm good. I'm picturing drop kicking freaking Tim in the face. If you ever show
is that why you're looking down? Well, we're always looking down at Tim, but I see you specifically eyeing him.
If a day ever comes where Tim is a freaking IRS audit agent with a Glock 17 on his hip, I'm drop kicking.
Are you kidding me? I'd have a Staccato XC paid on the government dime. I'd have an SRO that said, "Look, Tanner, an SRO," instead of an RMR on it too.
Fuck you, dude. SROs are gay.
Have you actually seen the videos of the IRS?
Oh my God! Then Tanner, have you seen them? If not, you need to find them right now, because I watched the video of them.
Watch it.
Oh my God! It is amazing.
It is the scariest
thing. Them being high speed at all.
No, they're very low speed.
They look exactly what you would think an IRS agent would look like, or anyone in my field, and it looks and like I can't describe how low speed they are going.
Yeah.
I like made a comment to a friend when I saw it. I was all like, "Yo, we could defeat this entire group of like 30 agents with just a shoot and move tactic. We don't even need much. Just shoot and move, and you probably win this gunfight."
I mean, it's pretty. They had a guy in a wheelchair. Now, no offense to people in wheelchairs, but like, does that guy need to come to my house and ask me if why I haven't paid my taxes, or if I did pay my taxes? Very interesting group of people. I'm scared.
Just remember, they can audit anything that you've had deposited in your account over $600. So if you have direct deposit, they're coming.
Yep. I see a lot of small business owners, and I see a lot of middle class people getting audited in the next 2 to 5 years. It's gonna be bad.
I hope I do.
It's gonna be bad. Movies. Greg wants a movie show. We got well, listen. I can only go off so many decades of movies, older and newer, but that's definitely a conversation. Tim's watched like three movies.
A lot of movies.
Yeah, I was gonna say Filipino Meatballs watched like 3 movies in his whole life. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
And 2 of those 3 were The Sandlot.
Yeah, the other one was Fast and Furious.
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift.
Too fast, too furious.
I am so my goal this weekend, I want to watch a few newer movies. I know the one you recommended, The Gray Man, I think it was it, Tanner?
Gray Man
on Netflix, and there was another one I wanted to. By the way, did you see that Maverick is coming out on Tuesday?
I'm so excited.
I did see that.
I think I'm going to buy that.
I am 100% buying that.
I don't care if it's full price. I think it's a movie. It's one of those movies you just buy and don't wait for it because it's such a good movie.
Do you know what? There's only one movie that I have bought recently, like streamable movie that I bought recently.
What is it?
The Greatest Showman.
You bought The Greatest Showman. That's the movie you're talking about? With
Hugh Jackman.
And you're bragging about this?
Are you telling me it's not a great movie?
No.
What?
First of all, it's a Disney movie, number one. So let's go. Let's start with that. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Here's what I want. I want the true story of, what is it, Barnum?
P.T. Barnum and Bailey, yeah.
I want the true story, not the one that they made up in Disney. I want the real story about how he was a piece of shit in real life.
Oh, he was a piece of shit.
And a raging racist.
And Bailey had to bail him out several times.
The movie, my wife and kid like the music in the movie, right? That's like the main focus is the music.
Yeah.
I think I've watched 10 minutes of that movie, and I
don't look at me like that, whiskey banger. Don't look at me like that.
I'm looking at you like that right now.
I felt my manhood leaving.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to hate on musicals because there's plenty of musicals that I like. Sure. I do not picture you liking a freaking musical.
Name one, Tanner. What's a musical that you actually like?
Sweeney Todd?
Music?
Never seen it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Sound of Music. I respect it.
Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's a good one.
And
Sweeney Todd? West Side Story's a classic.
Yeah.
Okay, I like West Side Story.
Movies are great.
Okay, you're gonna hate me because I think Wizard of Oz is extremely overrated.
Wow.
I hate that movie. Okay, I'll give you this.
Bro, what does it feel like to have shitty taste in life? Bro, what the fuck? I bet you drink your water with no ice. Son of a bitch.
You should have stayed off the stream, you piece of shit. Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase. Hold on. Let me pull back a little bit here. The Sound of Music is it's good because
Richie likes cocking his ass though.
He does.
I mean, yeah. Only on the weekends though. I liked it. I think what it is that the parts of the movie annoy the shit. I will say this about the movie that was way ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time.
You would know. You were there. Fucking Mr. Born in 1923. Fuck.
Yeah. You're probably not wrong, actually. No. So yeah, there's certain musicals, I guess. I don't know. West Side Story is good. Yes, that's a classic. Tanner just lost his mind.
Those two movies, those three movies, but you liked West Side Story. Those are like there's certain movies that are just timeless.
They set the standard. I get it. Yeah.
Like Battle LA.
I can watch, dude. I would fucking
Battle LA. I remember I was actually dragged to see that movie by a friend once, and I was like, he's like, "Oh, dude, it's gonna be great action. Don't worry about the plot." I was like, There was nothing. I don't even know what I watched.
I remember watching that movie because I watched it in theaters, and I was all like, "That movie's gonna make money, and everyone's gonna laugh about it."
I don't even think it made money. That's the sad part. It was bad.
It was not good.
I remember the last few movies that I've seen in the last maybe that I wanted to walk out of that and the last Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, geez, with
Crystal Skulls. And again, Whiskey Banger and I have talked about this. The concept wouldn't have been bad, the whole alien thing, but Shia LaBeouf was terrible. The CGI was terrible. The story was terrible. It was just a stupid movie. He's got a new one. Harrison Ford's hanging on by a thread. He's 80 years old, and they're making a new one.
Are you saying that people of older age can't make movies? Because if that's the case, we can't have any more Creeds or Rockies.
Yeah, but there's a difference. In Creed, Rocky, he's not fighting in Creed. He's a trainer.
Yet. He's not fighting yet.
Then again, he is 80 years old and he's in Rambo ripping people's hearts out. So, I mean, hey, what do I know? But those are also timeless characters. Yeah, I guess you could say that about Indiana Jones. But at least the movie, here's the difference. The Creed movies and the new, at least they're decent movies. The fuck do we need another Indiana Jones movie for? And here's the rumor. I heard there's going to be a female Indiana Jones taking over for him.
Jesus Christ.
Not a joke. Not a joke, people.
Dude.
That's Whiskey Banger's one of his. Listen, I watched the original trilogy the other day of Indiana Jones. Love the first movie. I'm not a fan of the second movie as much. I like it. It's not great. And to me, I think The Last Crusade might be the best one. I don't know. It's the most fun one out of all three, I think, right? Is that safe to say? With Sean Connery?
Let me ask this. I have never watched an Indiana Jones movie ever. Should I
but you can watch The Greatest Showman, but you can't watch
it. It's a fantastic movie.
It's not a fantastic movie.
It's so fantastic.
If you like the movie, fine. But I still think it's trash.
Here's the problem, Tim. This is the problem that I have. It's not that you like weird movies, which you do, but that's not the problem. The problem is there's this thing called like prioritization. There are movies that are so goddamn good that you've never seen.
Like what? Name me 5 movies that I haven't seen that are just so goddamn good. And you can't say the franchises like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Star Trek. You can't say any of those.
Blade Runner?
Blade
Never
Runner.
seen it.
Amazing. Both of them are great.
2001 Space Odyssey.
Epic.
Never seen it.
Godfather. 1 and 2.
Never seen it.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even need to name off anymore.
I think we're done here, guys.
So he's kicked off the show permanently. Never allowed. Okay, so it's not even a fact that you have to. Like, listen, Whiskey and Banger and I, we talk about this. He's not a mob genre guy, right? It's not his favorite genre. But we've talked about Goodfellas, Godfather. These are like cinematic.
I just watched The Departed like a year ago.
That's a great movie.
That's a
great movie.
If you want, listen, this is coming from me. This might be a sacrilege to a lot of people. If you said that you told me you thought The Departed was his best movie ever, I can't. I'm not going to argue with you.
So Scorsese, whatever his name is.
Scorsese to me is
that one.
He's a great. I think Goodfellas is his best movie, but if you said The Departed is your favorite movie of his, I'm okay.
Did he do Shutter Island?
He did.
That was fantastic. That's a great movie.
He does a lot of great movies. He did
that one. Blew my mind at the end.
Yeah, that was a good ending. I didn't see that coming. That was with DiCaprio and my boy Gay Ruffalo. What else? But anyway, like to me, the ultimate standard movie is The Godfather. That sets the standard for everything else. Cinematography, acting. You don't have to like the genre. I think here's my thing. I think why that movie resonates. I think it goes beyond the mob genre. It's not a typical mob movie if you really think about it, but it's a great movie. My favorite movie ever is The Wizard of Oz. See, Diana loves The Wizard of Oz.
Shout out to Diana.
Mate, can we replace? Can we kick Cannoli off and bring Diana on? Jesus.
Listen, I didn't say I hated the movie. There's a difference between saying a movie you don't like. It's a good movie than hating the movie.
You were trying to say it was the Troy Aikman of movies over here.
No, that's your
Rush.
Diana said she never saw The Godfather. Are you kidding me, Diana?
God, Diana, we are soulmates so much.
Yeah, you two are made for each other.
I can't wait till she has my babies.
Okay, let me ask this: everybody here's seen The Shawshank Redemption, right?
No, never seen it.
Of course you have.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was ready to get a weapon out and start coming to your house. I'll take the 3-hour drive to Buckeye to come find your ass. The third Godfather movie was. I don't count the third Godfather movie in the trilogy. It was a stupid movie. It was trash.
It was.
I think Shawshank easily is top 5 movie of all time. Easily.
Facts. That's a fact. Tim Robbins was amazing. He never has to make another movie in his life. That movie was that's all he needed.
It was a great Andy Garcia was in The Godfather. Godfather 3 was terrible. Anyway, there's a lot of movies we can throw out here. I guess we turn into a movie show.
Did you hear that they're doing Lethal Weapon over?
5, yeah.
Bro, what the
over? What about over? Or I thought they were making a sequel.
So they're making a sequel, like numbers. Is it 5 or 6?
5. It'd be 5.
5. But then they're gonna redo it into a TV show that's two females instead of a male and a female.
Didn't they make a Lethal Weapon show and it bombed?
Yeah, they made 4 episodes and got canceled. And I really like.
No, Lethal I know. Weapon. I like the Lethal Weapon franchise. I don't think they're all great movies. I love the first one. I think the rest of them are pretty good, but the fourth one wasn't necessary. But it was fun. Jackie Chan killing the shit out of people. That was fun. I don't know.
It wasn't Jackie Chan. It was Jet Li.
Not Jackie Chan. Jet Li. What did I say? Yeah. Jackie Chan. Jesus.
Man.
Jackie Chan's been. What do you think? I don't know. Harry and the Hendersons is Sasquatch Jr.'s favorite movie.
Fucking love that movie.
I've never seen it.
It's about Bigfoot.
Why am I shocked?
It's about Bigfoot?
About Sasquatch.
About Sam Squatch.
Sam Squatch. It's a great movie. He doesn't eat cannolis in that movie, though, which is upsetting.
Tim, before we do like a legitimate movie episode,
you have 75 years of movies to watch.
Asian ass up to speed.
I feel like I'm just gonna be on that episode. You guys are gonna be talking about the gloriousness of it, and I'm gonna be like, never saw it. Just sit in the corner.
The whole
time. TV shows, I think there would be maybe more up to Tim's speed. That's a little hard though. That's hard.
Toddlers and tiaras. That's what Tim watches.
I will say that I was definitely more of a TV series fan rather than a movie fan.
Than movies.
That's fair. There's some good shows out there.
There are some good shows. The movie thing is just crazy. Goonies. Never seen Goonies?
I just watched it like a year ago.
I remember that.
I watched it the same day that I watched The Departed, and I was severely underwhelmed.
Let's see what he's saying. Martin.
No, just with Goonies. I was just like, I get why you would like this if you're like, 10, but I don't think it carries well.
Well, I think maybe if you're past a certain age, that there is nostalgia because I watched it when I was young. What is Greg saying here? Raging Bull, Goodfellas, and Taxi Driver are all great movies. All Scorsese movies.
Taxi Driver was good. I will say that.
Taxi Driver was very good. That's when De Niro was actually a good actor. Mean Streets was a great movie too. Harvard Cartel, great movie. This is what I mean. The 70s had a lot of great movies into the 80s. It was a lot. There was a whole genre.
Can I throw myself onto the fire and tell you a very embarrassing fact?
You already said you like The Greatest Showman. That's enough.
I thought for the longest time, a couple of friends from high school talked about how Reservoir Dogs was this great movie and everything, and I like lashed out. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, what is so great about a fucking movie where an animated dog goes to heaven? I don't fucking understand. And then I had to be corrected that I was watching All Dogs Go to Heaven, not Reservoir Dogs.
First off,
wow,
All Dogs Go to Heaven is a great.
You actually admitted this.
All Dogs to Heaven is trash.
That movie is awesome.
Trash.
All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Not a fan.
Dude, All Dogs Go to Heaven is amazing.
That's an awesome movie.
I hate it.
And Reservoir Dogs is one of the best movies.
Well, I won't say never watched it.
It's the best freaking what's his name?
Tarantino.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino movies.
I kind of agree. I used to think Pulp Fiction, but Pulp Fiction is just it's too trendy of a pick. It's a great movie, but I think you're right. I think Reservoir Dogs because that was his first movie. I think right.
It was either that or Four Rooms.
Did you know that he wrote the script for True Romance?
Yes, and that's a great movie.
That's why I love that movie. Tim doesn't
never heard of it.
Tim's looking at us like we're a deer in the head. Like, huh? Is Hugh Jackman singing that movie? Greatest Showman.
Greatest Showman ever.
I remember my kid liked the movie, and I understand because she was really young at the time it came out. My wife, she's a woman. She likes. My wife thinks. What's the movie that I can't stand that she loves with Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman? God, it's a musical. It's the stupidest movie. Moulin Rouge. You ever seen this fucking movie? Yeah, she actually
loves that.
Listen, she can like what she wants, right? But she's like, oh, it was really good. And like, no, it's not a good movie. True Romance did not get a great rating. It was a great movie. You're right. Well, that's because critics are stupid most of the time. True Romance was a great movie. It's one of those movies that didn't do good initially, but it became like a pop culture iconic. That scene.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know a movie fact that I will take to my grave with me?
That you like The Greatest Showman? You already told us.
No. Did you know that critics rated Too Fast, Too Furious higher than Equilibrium?
Oh, people hated Equilibrium.
Okay,
I own Equilibrium.
Equilibrium is a fun movie, and I love the dystopian atmosphere. But it's not like some, cinematic masterpiece.
Is it better than Too Fast, Too Furious?
Yes, it's better than Too Fast, Too Furious.
I would put it. They're like 50-50. It's not Equilibrium.
I like Equilibrium.
I enjoy the movie.
It's a fun action.
It's not like
movie.
The acting wasn't that great. No. The plot is kind of interesting. The dystopian future part of it is the best part of the movie.
Yeah, well, that's where we're heading. So that's why even now it feels even better. I like Christian Bale in that movie. It was an okay. The premise was, I mean, they turned it into like a kind of goofy action-ish kind of.
But is it better than Too Fast, Too Furious? Because critics said Too Fast, Too Furious was better.
What I did in the bathroom today was better than Too Fast, Too Furious. that franchise has gone. Listen, I don't know. Did you guys like the first Fast and Furious movie?
Yes,
I enjoyed it. The first movie,
okay,
yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And then it just got stupid, and then it became this weird, not about cars, but just in the straight, ridiculous action, which is just so over the top.
I will tell you, I really enjoyed the first one. I thought it was unique. There was nothing else like it at the time, right? Too Fast, Too Furious. I was like, they rushed this way too fast. They were trying to like capitalize on the popularity of the first one. And then Tokyo Drift, and I was like, bro, what the fuck are we doing in life right now? What are we doing? Right? And then the fourth one comes out, and I'm like, okay, they're going back to their roots. It's a little bit better. It's not as good, but it would go like the original, then the fourth one, right?
It went changed,
and then, oh my God, Fast 5 forward is just
stupidity. It went straight to adding The Rock and Jason Statham, and it just went into a crazy.
Don't forget, they shot a helicopter down with a car, and they sunk a submarine.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, the movie, they got the story, but you know what? It makes money. I don't know why. I watched that, and then they had the spin-off Hobbs and Shaw, which was, oh my God, that was that bad.
Oh, so bad.
Oh, that's one of Tanner's favorite movies, by the way. Hobbs and Shaw.
No.
You got to be picky with your movie. Listen, you got to have time to watch movies, and I've lost a lot of that lately. So I have to catch up on some. I still got to watch Reacher. I haven't watched that series.
Great show.
We got a holiday weekend coming up for Labor Day. That's probably when I'll catch up on a lot of that. Braveheart.
Braveheart is awesome.
Braveheart's a great movie. Not historically accurate at all.
No.
But it's still a great. You don't like Braveheart?
No.
What?
No. I
like that. What?
I remember watching that being bored out of my mind.
Really?
Those are my people.
I thought you'd like The Patriot more than Braveheart.
Patriot was good, but I like Braveheart.
Patriot was good. Braveheart was a better movie, though. I mean, Patriot was basically Braveheart. Just set.
Do you know what the best part of Braveheart is? When they reenact it in fucking 18. That's the best part of Braveheart.
Do they reenact it in The Greatest
Showman? I'm gonna slap the fuck out of you because you know why I'm gonna slap the fuck out of you? Because I know for damn sure you're not talking about like the badass 1980s A-Team.
No, he's talking about the movie. Liam Neeson
and Bradley Cooper and fucking Liam Neeson nonsense.
Yeah, I am.
Suck dick, dude.
Yeah, but they had a scene where they mocked, where they reenacted Braveheart.
Slap the shit out of you.
You're gonna slap the Filipino out of you, boy. Yeah, no. This is why we need to have a movie show because we're getting like there's so many things. Like you said, you can go to TV shows, you can go to movies. You can, I don't know. TV shows are harder, I think, because there's so many TV shows. And there's a lot of movies too, but TV series are they're tough to choose.
It used to be. I will say, early 2000s, anything on USA was fire for TV shows. They had Psych, they had Monk, they had Burn Notice, they had Covert Affairs. Like they were loaded. Then I don't know what happened to all the writers. They left, and now they have trash there.
Well, they all, now they're all writing for Disney, writing She-Hulk.
Oh God. Probably drinking their water with no ice in it. God damn it.
Sanford and Sundance. Wow, you're going back. Wow. The old shows are just as good.
That 13% of watching Sanford and Sundance.
Jesus. All in the Family was a great show back in the day. I've been watching a lot of Married with Children lately because I can't get enough of that show.
Bro, I did a Woe Bundy at work, and I was so proud that there were like 4 people that knew what I was talking about.
Everybody knows who Al Bundy is. I don't think, even if you've never seen the show, you know who he is.
I got like an entire department's hands in, and we're like, all right. And I was like, Whoa, Bundy. And everyone was like, oh my God, I remember that. I'm like, oh my God, did not expect that.
4 touchdowns in 1 game.
Polkai.
Greatest freaking character ever, I swear to God. Yeah. I can't. Tim, your movie prowess, man. You got to catch up.
I just, there's like this, there's like cinematic masterpieces, right? Like Shawshank, freaking Blade Runner. But then there's like these awesome fun movies, right? Like the Indiana Jones movies, the Star Wars movies, like
Beverly Hills Cop.
First one,
like Beverly Hills Cop. I love that freaking movie.
First one,
but
great.
You just like you don't watch any of those.
I want Beverly Hills Cop.
No. I don't expect you to watch Blade Runner, but like great I'm movie, shocked at the fact that you've never seen Indiana Jones. Those movies are fun. They're action-packed. They're super fucking quotable. Like,
I'll tell you what. Yeah,
checks all the boxes.
He's right. If you watch those movies, you see where it's in today's movies or even after where they copy or had inspiration from Indiana Jones. A lot of them. Every movie that was an adventure movie after Indiana Jones copied Indiana Jones. Oh, let's go find the treasure and fight the bad guys.
You have to watch the first 3 movies, the trilogy of Indiana Jones, before we do
do it now.
Legitimate movie
episode.
I just see Diana's calling out whiskey here a little bit. You sound like my husband talking to me about movies.
I'm just sitting here mansplaining to Tim about movies.
Hey, listen, this is what misogyny looks like, Diana. Full on white male, middle-aged misogyny right here.
I'm a conservative white male, heterosexual army veteran.
I don't know about the heterosexual part.
Diana never saw
Indiana Jones. Oh my
God! Do you see what I'm talking about?
You and Filipino people are made for each other.
You two over there can do your whatever you want to, but Diana and I are bringing the class to this podcast.
Dude.
You're bringing something. It ain't class.
I don't want to hate on Diana, but both of y'all are fired.
You need to get on it. Let's go, Indiana Jones. Listen, you don't have to like. You don't even have to like the movies. You just got to watch them.
Should I watch the one with Shia LaBeouf in it?
No,
I said good movies.
You know what though, Greg? I'm not gonna lie. I think Tim would prefer the 4th one over the first.
He would like it, but because it's more modern. Like it's more like not modern, but it's a newer. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. 48 Hours. Greg was a great movie, by the way.
Do you know what I saw on Tuesday that was actually pretty decent for an older movie? Casino.
Dude, Casino is a great movie.
That's a great movie.
Diana. Wow, Diana. She meant to say your meatball.
Bro,
swirl?
Did she just imply that I'm going to give her my sauce? I think that's what it was.
I was going to say, what are we talking about? Alfredo or marinara here?
Are we going the red sauce and is it sweet? That's what I want to know. Yeah, 48 Hours was a great movie. It's
Tim, so it's going to be spaghetti and meatballs with soy sauce.
It's going to be. Are
you talking bad about my sauce?
It's going to be. Yeah. I never had your sauce. Some people in this stream have never had your sauce. Now I understand why Taylor got the sauce.
Hold on. Say it louder. Say it louder for the people in the back. Again.
Okay. She-Hulk.
You what? You never had whose sauce?
I want daddy's sauce. I'm gonna pull an IMDb for the She-Hulk quote for everybody in the back. I'm gonna get murdered because I'm a woman. Oh my God! I am woman. Hear me roar. 48 Hours was a great movie. Of course, Tim's never saw 48 Hours. He doesn't even know what the hell 48 Hours is.
It's a good TV show.
He doesn't know who Nick Nolte is.
Do you even know Blue Chips? You've seen Blue Chips, right?
I have not.
With Shaq?
You would actually like Blue Chips. It's a college basketball. He's a coach. You'd like it. It's not a great movie. It's okay. It's like it's in that category.
The only college basketball movie that matters is Glory Road.
What about Hoosiers?
Glory Road.
No, Hoosiers is better than Glory fucking Road.
No, it's not. Hoosiers is about Larry Bird, and Larry Bird's overrated.
Hoosiers is not about Larry Bird, first of all.
It's not.
It's Gene Hackman, who's a fucking legend. Teaching white boys how to play basketball the correct way.
They did invent it with a peach basket. Just saying. Yeah.
Well, that's Indiana. Indiana's basketball country.
They just don't have that extra hamstring.
Jesus Christ.
We don't have those fast twitch muscles.
No, I heard that was true. That like if you're the 13% of Americans, they have extra hamstrings, and that's why they run fast and jump high.
You're racist.
You are a racist bastard.
Wait, is that not true?
I don't fucking know. Do I look like a biologist to you? I don't know how the human anatomy works with people.
I thought they had. I thought it was an extra hamstring.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But maybe Hugh Jackman can teach you in The Greatest Showman. But why? Well, two of the greatest gangster films I ever saw, Bonnie and Clyde. That's going way back. James Cagney. Jesus. That's my dad, my parents, and my grandparents. That's their genre.
You're my genre.
I'm everybody's genre.
Everybody likes inside. I'll be inside your genre.
Wow. They were bred that way. They were bred that way, Diana said.
Duh. The extra hamstrings.
Oh, I see. Jesus. What the hell's happening in the street? Computers are breaking. Everything's breaking down. I tell you what, though. As long as we're having fun. Is Tanner drunk yet from drinking that whiskey?
I don't get drunk, dude.
I forgot he's Irish. It's like fucking water to them. Seriously.
I had 4 of these, and
he's look at him. He's fun. I have 4 of those. I'm fucking pissing on the floor. God knows what I'm doing. What do you want me to do? He sends me a text saying, I am hungry. What do you want me to order? Order you a pizza?
We talked about spaghetti and meatballs. I'm hungry.
So go get food. Dude, you prisoner here. I got a guy on the side going, don't let him go yet. Don't let him go yet. Holding him at gunpoint.
We've been on the stream for 2.5 hours. I'm just
we got 3 people. I think everybody who was watching is either sleeping or hates us by now. So I don't know. My computer broke. It was a fun stream. It turned out to be a shit show, but it was great, right? This is how reality works, right? Things don't ever work out the way you want. And the computer breaks, and you want to throw it through a wall. And then you guys take over.
Complaining about freaking movies.
Complaining about movies, and this guy's hungry. I don't fucking. What do you? He's like, oh, I'm hungry. Okay, you're married.
Mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, go be a misogynist and tell your wife to make you a sandwich.
You know what she would do? She'd be like, "Who makes more money in this house?" And be like, "I'm sorry, ma'am.
Wow,
I apologize."
Good point. You want a sugar mama? You're gonna make your own food, damn it.
I used to be able to hold that over her head. Then she got this promotion. I'm like, damn it.
That is interesting. So she's the misogynist now.
Yeah, basically. She went from she used to complain that I made more money than her, and then now she makes more money than me, and I'm all like,
So I can stay home.
Who's the breadwinner now?
Exactly.
Yeah. I can be a stay-at-home dad. Is that what you're saying?
Wait, I think we need to adjust this percentage of money being pooled into our joint account now. I think we need to bump your side up a little bit there, friend.
Yeah, that would be interesting. So, okay. So we know who wears the pants in Tim's house.
It's the new dog.
Jesus Christ. Where's the new dog?
His name is Theodore. Theodore Roosevelt Graham.
What the fuck are you talking? You named the dog Theodore Roosevelt Graham?
So you can call him Teddy Bear for Theodore Roosevelt, or you can call him Teddy Graham because he looks like a Teddy Graham. So why
not just call him Teddy?
Cracker?
I mean, you can call him Teddy. I call him Tater Tot.
Fucking white people, man.
I'm starting to see if he was in here. He must not be in here.
He probably ran away because you said you were hungry and you're Asian.
Oh, Ginsu.
Chop suey. So he's going to be orange chicken. He's going to be on tomorrow.
That reminds me of the greatest meme I've ever seen. There's a picture of a Chinese place and like how the billboard comes up and he goes, "For the last time, we no see your cat, but our orange chicken is perfect."
Cat. That's cat. Oh, Greg wants to see the dog. Yeah, my dog is hiding somewhere. I don't know. There was a thunderstorm earlier, and she's shitting herself in a bathroom somewhere. So that's what she does. kind of like Tim when he watches The Greatest Showman. Why? Listen, I have a fucking bone to pick with you about this movie you watch.
What's wrong with The Greatest Showman?
I mean, you could like the movie, but should you like the movie? That's the question I'm asking. My grandmother growing up had a rooster that they named Teddy after Teddy Roosevelt. Oh shit! Look at that. Get a rooster and name it. Now you have to get a rooster. That's the law.
Next stream. I'll bring Teddy on and I'll show him off.
Are we going to be allowed to have a stream?
If I'm ever invited back.
I mean, I didn't want to after you told me your favorite movie recently, but now we gotta do a deep psychological dive on you, man. Holy shit! I've never seen Indiana Jones.
This is the greatest show.
I've never seen Indiana Jones, but I belt out Greatest Showman tunes when I'm taking showers. This is what I picture.
I mean, that's pretty accurate. I also twerk in the shower, but that's a different
story.
Again,
you know what? Listen, I'm actually surprised. Listen, I'm not gonna say like for Whiskey Banger Minute that he likes certain musicals. I don't want to say I'm shocked. But I'm kind of shocked.
Well, like, okay, what about
I'm just saying.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Fantastic movie.
It's a musical.
The second one with Johnny Depp was trash. Charlie didn't.
Well, the Charlie Chocolate actually followed the book more. The Willy Wonka did not, but it was more of a fun movie because it was.
We just talk about Grandpa Joe being a piece of shit.
Jesus Christ!
Fuck that guy. I'm laid up in bed forever. Oh, we got tickets to go get chocolate. Let's roll, homie.
Let's roll, homie. Get that chocolate. Yeah, I think it's one of my wife's favorite movies. Yeah, Willy Wonka was good.
Like, what about like Footloose?
Never seen it.
It's not really a musical.
Is it though?
No, Footloose is a movie. It's a movie with like music based, but it's not a musical because they're not singing. Characters aren't singing.
What about Grease?
Grease? Were you gonna say Grease?
Grease is fantastic.
Grease is I fucking hate that movie so much. Oh my god,
I do too. I hate it.
Oh, I'm not a fan of that movie. Okay, I know why it's popular. I'm not a fan though.
I sang Grease Lightning as part of a talent show when I was in grade school.
Well, that explains why you like The Greatest Showman. Then, did you sing the Grease Lightning part?
I did.
I understand why Grease is popular. I hate John Travolta. First of all, I'm sorry. I know that's probably a sacrilege.
Why?
I can't stand John Travolta.
Why?
I like some of his movies. I can't stand him as an actor.
Like Swordfish?
No, I just don't like him. I just think he's a terrible.
His only good movie is Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow was okay. I mean,
I have seen that movie. Hey,
look, Diana never seen Grease. Same here. I'm not. See, Greg, my boy, Greg. I'm just not a fan, man. I don't know. It's not me.
Grease is a waste of time.
And Diana, just let me make you some Filipino food. We'll curl up on the couch and watch Grease together. By the end of it, we'll all be talking about Grease Lightning.
You want to show her some Grease Lightning? That's the problem.
I'll Grease some Lightning up.
The problem is, will you sing it to her? I never saw Saturday Night Fever. Wow, really? I've seen Saturday Night Fever. I'm not a fan of the movie.
Sucks too.
My parents love that movie.
I couldn't finish that movie.
No, it's the parents love that movie because they grew up in that time, and then it's also in the neighborhood they lived in at the time. So I get the nostalgia part for that, but I can't stand 70s that 70s music.
I can't stand you.
Disco,
fucking disco.
Disco, night fever. We gotta show it. Filipino meatballs. Wait. I can't sing that, but you can sing fucking some bullshit from the show. Whatever. I don't even know what songs are in that movie.
Wow.
He's singing to elephants. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Footloose, I saw my grand. Footloose was a pretty good movie. It was a good 80s nostalgia movie.
He full on started singing. And wasn't even remotely on pitch.
Oh, well, nobody said I can sing. I don't claim to be a fucking amazing singer. I don't even know how to do this show. My computer's breaking down. You think I know how to sing too?
For the record, we were looking around. We're like, I guess we could make up our own topics. Let's just talk shit about.
Well, that's the whole point of a podcast. Like, isn't that the beauty of a podcast? You do stick to subjects, and you just kind of go off the subject for a while, and then just get distracted.
I distract you.
What is wrong with your camera, Filipino? You're like very jittery, and it's your connection. I don't know if it's my connection to York. I don't know. I fucking broke everything anyway before. Whiskey Banger was good.
Some of us have 4K, and then there's you.
Bro, I don't know what
you look like you're running at like a 360 right now. 240p
over here. 240. I don't know. fucking Wi-Fi, man. Get some internet for Christ's sake. Whiskey Banger looks straight.
What? Mine's fine. It's you.
Now it's back. Now it's fine.
Now it's back.
No, now it's back.
See, I saw that eye roll. Knock that shit off.
How? You can't see through widescreen.
I'm surprised I could see your eyes through those freaking slants.
Hello.
You really want to have a conversation with Tim someday? Let's talk about music. He doesn't even know good music.
What
are you talking about?
He does like Def Leppard. He does like Def Leppard though.
Def Leppard is my go-to though, and every Friday is 80s Friday, so I play Def Leppard for work music.
Def Leppard's legit. I like Def Leppard.
I agree with Diana. Best music, so that should definitely happen because I will stand on my freaking soapbox and preach.
Oh, Metallica is the greatest band of all time.
Stupid beaches.
Led Zeppelin.
Oh, dude,
I've never listened to a single song from them.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I almost got divorced the other day. So my kid's taking guitar lessons in school. So I said, "Have you heard Stairway to Heaven?" She goes, "No." So I played it. My wife has the guts to tell me, it's a good song, but it's not great.
It's not Celine Dion.
Near, far, I'm Canadian.
Not great. It's not great.
So again, to me, obviously being a Zeppelin fan, to me, the Stairway to Heaven is. You could say it's probably one of the best songs ever written.
Maybe top 200.
You're a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, so but they weren't interested. I'm like, this is a great guitar song to learn, especially acoustic guitar. No, not interested. Nope. I actually heard the words.
Billie Eilish.
Freebird.
I don't know what. She's got a comment. I don't know who the hell she's been playing. She actually played a song the other day that was pretty good. Who the hell was it? I don't know.
The Weeknd.
Some newer artist.
Post Malone.
What's the number? The number one song. Stairway to Heaven is amazing. Led Zeppelin's the greatest rock group ever. Now you want to leave them in that genre, but they're the best ever. There's no comparison there.
I agree.
There's the Greatest Showman, which is the She-Hulk of movies and musicals.
Okay, Tim. Then who is the greatest rock band of all time?
He's gonna say Def Leppard.
No, that's my favorite. I'm not saying that they're the best.
I swear to God, I think I.
Does it have to be rock?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be metal, just rock.
Just
rock. Considered a rock and roll band.
I'm born a rambling man.
Whitesnake. I don't know. I'd have to think on that one. Like the first thing that comes up to me is like Pantera.
Pantera's not rock though.
Pantera.
That's not rock though. It's like heavy metal, isn't it?
It's thrash metal.
Thrash metal, yeah.
Like that's the problem. Like I'd be like, oh, okay, then Elvis Presley, fantastic. I love a lot of his music, but like that's not really rock, right?
But it is.
And the Beatles is considered rock.
I hate the Beatles. They're the most overrated band of all fucking time. And my favorite fucking thing is Flow Rider outsold the Beatles.
He's like, I'm out.
Done. Mic drop.
God, I can't stand the Beatles. Oh my God. Jude. Hey, suck a dick, Jude.
I don't like the early Beatles. I like the later Beatles when they were heavy on drugs, making weird shit. That's when they were the best.
That's when they were definitely better.
Once they started doing the heavy acid and LSD shit, I don't like. But I get. Listen, my parents like to be. I get why they were popular, what they did for music. I understand.
What? Nothing? Trash?
No, they basically. Keith Moon is the greatest. Many people will say that, but I'm saying my favorite is John. Yeah, John Bonham's a great drummer. Until he died.
I don't even know who that is.
Exactly.
Was he the drummer for Flow Rider?
Flow Rider doesn't have drums. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, Led Zeppelin was the best. They were just the best. They did it all. Blues, hard rock.
So they were They were a jack of all trades, master of none. Trash.
They started off really hardcore, like hard rock, and then they kind of mixed in like late. Led Zeppelin 3 was the weirdest fucking album I ever heard in my life, but it was great, folksy and bluesy, and then they just
sounds gay,
dude.
No,
you know what sounds very retarded is the Greatest Showman soundtrack.
Fantastic! It won an Emmy.
Yeah, that says a lot about these days and what critics think. Oh, She-Hulk's the greatest show ever. No,
did it win an Emmy though?
Probably will. Because we're all misogynist assholes. Remember that?
Jesus. We got him back on it. He can't let it go.
Like Whiskey Banger's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. Look at him. He's like, I can't talk about this shit anymore.
I'm pissed at fucking Tim.
What else?
Because again, like, it's bad enough the dude fails me when it comes to movies.
Everything.
Then he's got to go and fail me when it comes to music. Like
Why?
At some point, I'm sitting here waiting for you to be like, oh yeah, dude, bro. Fucking Led Zeppelin, man, that shit's the bomb.
No, Pink Floyd.
Like,
oh, you also have to realize I didn't listen to that genre of music growing up.
Why not?
Because my parents liked country music.
Yeah, I guess. I left my dog Betsy on the porch.
I grew up on Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, George Strait, Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson. That's what I grew up with. If you hate on Johnny Cash, Cash, I'll fucking fight you.
No, I like Johnny Cash. I like
Johnny Cash is fine. It's not Johnny Cash. Okay, so favorite Led Zeppelin songs? Oh my god,
mine is.
They have more than one song.
I like Dazed and Confused. That's part one of my that and Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. I don't know. That song is amazing.
Dazed and Confused by the Gym Class Heroes. Fire.
Okay, you're off. Yeah, this guy, my boy Greg's going deep. Physical Graffiti was an amazing two disc album. Fucking incredible.
See, Diane and I.
I think you two are secret. Like you two are just meant to be together. You could play George Strait and make spaghetti and meatballs all day long.
I'm gonna go get me a '78 lifted Chevy Square Box, and we're gonna go down a dirt road listening to some Johnny Cash.
What is up with you in 1978 trucks?
Because I found one at the that one shop in Scottsdale that I really want to buy.
They're not.
It's only $28,000.
28
Hold on.
You're high as fuck.
Hold on. Let me show you.
Wait, how much does he say it was?
$28,000.
$28,000
for what year?
78.
How many miles?
Look at this truck. Fuck if I know or care.
Why would you pay $28,000 for a truck?
Look at this thing I just sent you.
78.
Hey, look, your boy Greg. Your boy Greg has 12 George Strait CDs. There you go.
That's right.
What did you just say? Is this the picture of the truck?
Yeah, it is.
Hard pass.
What?
No. I mean, it's a nice truck, but I'm not spending $28,000 on this shit.
What are you talking about? That truck is amazing.
You're spending a shit ton of money on a truck that isn't even a sought after year. It's not a classic. Like 78 is not a classic year.
It's got 74,000 miles on it.
Okay.
No. I'm good. Nice truck. But come on.
Bro, I swear to God.
I want a lifted single cab square body. That's what I want in life. And that's what oh God.
Okay, but do yourself a favor and get a year that's actually worth a damn.
What, like an 85? I would take an 85.
No,
for the record.
Like a fucking 69 or 72.
Bro,
yeah.
The problem with it is like, you can't find parts for that.
Yes, you can. Motherfucker. You're talking about like a classic fucking vintage truck and you're giving me 1978. That's like...
Yeah, but you won't...
That's the fucking Troy Aikman of fucking years.
But I want to jacket it. I want to jacket in the air. Like if I'm looking at a 50s or 60s truck, I'm gonna put it on the ground, get a step side, put it on the ground, and make it look goddamn beautiful. But if I want something that's lifted,
if you get a 69 fucking Chevy pickup and lower that bitch, I will fucking stab you.
Oh, I will fucking want a Ford step side with all those beautiful curves, lay it out. Whoo!
Wow.
Daddy.
You're fired.
You're done. We're done with you. I can't do this anymore with you, Tim.
You know what? I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna find
First
one
you do The
for
Greatest Showman, and then you say you like She-Hulk, and then I can't do it anymore.
If you get that truck that you just sent us, I'm forever calling you Billy Bob from fucking Varsity Blues.
Ooh,
that's exactly what I want. I want his truck.
Yep.
I want Billy Bob's truck.
Billy Bob. I want Billy Bob's truck, he says. That was a good movie, by the way. I don't. What is Whiskey Banger's favorite Led Zeppelin song?
Trash McTrash Face.
I think. What did you say? You said Heartbreaker, right?
Heartbreaker is my favorite Led Zeppelin song.
You know what I loved about Heartbreaker? Didn't that run in right into Livin' Lovin'? Like it goes right into it right after. Yeah, that was great. Living, loving, Tim is a woman.
All right, here you go, Tanner.
Oh,
You're
God,
telling me you would say no to this one.
What truck are we? I still can't believe you'd pay $28,000 for this fucking truck. Oh,
I would 100% spend $20,000.
What did you just send?
Dude, you are a Cholo Vato. If you even consider driving that truck.
I don't understand why you're so mad at it. I don't understand why you're so mad.
I can tell you why he's mad. Because you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Bro, I would. The older trucks like that, especially with how beautiful those curves are, they're just asking to be put on the ground. Put a set of 20-inch. Put a set of 20-inch rims on that thing. Ooh,
you do not
20 by 10
aftermarket bling rims on a freaking classic vehicle.
No,
yeah,
I agree.
you do. 100% you do.
Yeah.
I would, and then you know what I do? You'd be really mad. I would pull the motor out and drop a small block Chevy into it too.
Damn.
I put a 350 in there and call life, and do donuts in the parking lot.
You would do you do donuts, period. Never mind in the parking lot. Love them donuts, don't you, Timmy?
Living, changing the woman. Dude, Led Zeppelin's the greatest band ever. I can listen to Led Zeppelin every single fucking day.
I've been listening to them a lot lately.
It never gets old.
No, because their genres, they're so good. Pink Floyd's pretty good too. Sometimes when I want to chill, I listen to Pink Floyd.
I do like Pink Floyd.
When I want to calm down, I listen to Pink Floyd. Hello. Is there any? It's fucking. I listen to The Greatest Showman. I can't.
I think I don't understand.
He's gonna start telling me he likes fucking Disney shows now.
Define like.
Oh my god, She-Hulk is the greatest thing ever. Jimmy Page, one of my favorite guitar players. Yes.
Yep.
Jimmy Page, she's overrated.
Jimmy Page.
Did you say she's overrated?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Overrated.
I do like Hendrix, but I don't think he's as good.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of guys. Page is definitely up there. Yeah, I'm a Black Sabbath fan. I even listen to the music with Tony Martin. Yeah, there's a lot of old school rock music. It's still great. Music today is kind of but then again, it's not the Greatest Showman. I don't know.
Bro, why you gotta be hate on
because
that?
You tell me this shit.
Hate.
Oh, you know this movie, bro? You're gonna love it. It's called The Greatest Showman. And Hugh Jackman jerks off elephants and sings.
One, he doesn't jerk off elephants.
What? Who watches this shit?
I do. Fantastic. I'm cultured.
Oh, that's not fucking culture. That's sad. This is what it is. But hey, you do you, buddy. I still love you. I think you're fucking crazy, but here's what I want. Here's what's going to happen tonight. Now you're going to go watch that. Tanner's going to go watch The Sound of Music and dance around the house.
I gotta go.
I'm gonna go.
16 going on 17.
17. The hills are alive with the sound of music. What the fuck? This is dude. How do people? I've seen people do these streams for 6 hours. How the fuck do people do it? Well, I guess when you have 90 guests on, you can do that.
Dude, we're going on 3 hours.
This is 3 hours. I just realized it's 10 o'clock and we're still like.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find food.
You know what? Listen, you have a phone. You could text message your kid. She's old enough to bring you food now.
She's not even 4.
Doesn't matter. There's no age restriction. Let's go. I pay the bills. I want a cookie, motherfucker. Tanner, how long has Cassie been home now?
She came home about an hour and a half ago.
Is she okay with you being on the stream this long?
I think she's asleep.
Okay. I thought
I'd sleep on
Diana,
you too.
You're never boring, Diana. You're never boring, Diana. We don't bore you. It's not about being bored. I've been up since like 6 o'clock this morning. Worked a full day, and then I'm doing this. This is fun though.
Oh, people waking up early for work. Oh. We all wake up early for work.
Yeah, I always forget. Greg, my boy Greg's the back east, so it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he's still going strong for us. That's support, man.
I bet you would go strong for him.
What do you mean? What time do you get up for work?
Me?
Yeah, I know you just roll out of bed, but
yeah, seriously, like I have to be at work at 5:55, so 5:50.
5:50. And I work from home. I just got up and ran downstairs. I didn't have a clock, but now
on Thursdays though, my ass is up at 4:20 in the morning.
You have to go to the. You have to go to the actual. Yeah.
The actual office, and that office is far.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. After working home for 2.5 years, walking into an office was very strange the first day. Now I'm used to it, but
I just, Tim, you know what?
Every one of these fucking trucks is ugly as shit.
Bro, what is wrong with you?
What are you sending these trucks?
Like the truck itself is beautiful, but it's lowered and it has cholo rims. Get that bullshit out of here.
Slow.
Exactly.
Rider, get a little low. Wait, how much is this thing? No, Tim, you're fired. Fuck out, man.
I love that
$50,000.
I love that dealership.
Gateway. This is an old school dealer. It's been around forever, huh?
They have like 10 or 12 nationwide dealerships that they all
put your phone at the camera. Are you talking a Filipino meatball? What do you want to see his phone for? You want to see some pics?
He wants to see the truck. Hot, please.
Slow ride. We know this. You were
we should show. Know what? We should show her the blue one. Yes, look how beautiful that truck is.
Look at this Vato.
For what?
70.
What are you going to go to East LA?
Show her that blue one. Show her that blue one.
For the 1970. That's a beautiful truck.
No whiskey. Diana says no whiskey. Shit. Listen,
here, Diana.
Say Tim had,
look at this. Look at that. Okay, look at that. Bob. Beautiful. Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, he showed you the ugly truck. It's a hoopty. It's a hoopty. What are you riding hoopty trucks for, man?
Bro, those trucks are so beautiful. Oh God.
Go buy one.
I asked the boys this morning, like, if you had to pick a vehicle that was made before your birth year, what would you pick?
Oh yeah, I didn't respond to that.
Tanner picked a good one, and I was going to drop this blue one because that's what I saw this morning.
That truck looks stupid. There you go, Tim. That's it. You have to divorce Diana now. She doesn't like it. Well, what car did Tanner pick? What'd you pick for the before your time?
He was trying to pick a '90s Defender, and I'm like, you weren't born in '90s,
truck
bro.
Or car?
He said vehicle.
Oh, vehicle.
Yeah, like
I said like Reese's Land Cruiser, basically like a late 70s Land Cruiser. Those things are sick.
Those things are badass.
If it was a car, though, there's only one car I want. It's a 1970 Barracuda.
Ooh,
ew,
good choice.
Ew.
I didn't answer that question because I was
number two would be a '69 Chevelle Super Sport.
Okay, I was going to say
be a 60 or 70, 69 or 70 GTO.
Ooh.
And you tell me,
I didn't answer that. But I'll show you mine. This would be mine. I don't know if this is going to work in the camera. Yeah, that's my dream car. 1968 Camaro.
Beautiful.
Jet black. There you go. Beautiful car. What do you shake? Wait, don't fucking shake your head. After the shit you just showed us, you're shaking your head at me about a Camaro?
Yeah. It's all right.
That's my dream car right there.
Trash.
No. It's better than the hoopty fucking truck you just had.
Bro, for me, give me a 87 Grand National GNX.
What is Diana talking about here? Whiskey, I'm married to your brother.
Oh, she's saying her husband's got the same taste as me.
Oh, as far as okay.
Yeah, like cars, man.
So in other words, her husband has shit taste.
No, because he's got good taste. He's got good taste.
Wait, hold on.
What's wrong with the Camaro?
You a Grand National GNX?
I wouldn't say no to it.
Okay,
but it's not my first choice.
I think it's sexy.
I don't think anybody would turn.
I'd take a Gran Torino over that.
Gran Torino are sick. I'll take a 70s 442 if you're gonna have to make me go before.
Yeah,
those are sick.
We went from college football to She-Hulk, Lord of the Rings,
talking about everything,
to my computer breaking down and trying to kill me, to me almost killing the computer. And then
I can't believe you missed our rant about water because Tanner got involved on it.
Dude, as soon as you start, I think it's something you did. You put some fucking Filipino voodoo curse on my computer because as soon as you started, the computer just went to shit and completely froze up and shut off by itself.
I blame you.
Yeah, you could definitely blame me because it's my computer. And then my first car was a Montego. Jesus.
Who was your first car?
Mine?
Yeah.
It was a piece of shit hand-me-down. It was you're gonna fucking love it. It was a Mitsubishi Mirage.
Wow.
It was trash. I remember one day I was working at Albertsons in high school and I went to put the car in reverse and it went forward. And I knew that was the end. So I actually sold it for $3,000. I traded it in for $3,000.
I will show you my first car.
It was a piece of shit car. I wish Ford Ranger?
It's a 93 Ranger Splash. So it had like a little step side on it. But the thing was, the guy I bought it from was a race car builder, and it had a small block 350 in it with nitrous. Ooh. So like you pull up to any stoplight, there wasn't anything out there that could beat you because of how light that truck was. So like just roll up and then someone with their Eclipse pulls up next to you, rev, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna this guy, and you just like destroy their lives, take their women from them, put them in the back.
That's not somebody who watches The Greatest Showman. That's not what they would say.
This is the greatest show.
He'd cut out the window and be like, let's go back to my place and watch
this. Let's go watch Hugh Jackman sing to elephants.
He doesn't sing to elephants.
Bearded women. And let's watch Zendaya have an interracial affair.
God damn.
Fucking woke Disney bullshit. She-Hulk crap. That's what it is. Don't get me started again. I like Diana before. I said I was tired from work. She goes, yeah, we noticed you were a little cranky before.
Jesus.
The rants are never going to stop. As long as this shit's being made, I'm never going to stop talking about it. Sorry.
Remember when I was all like, oh, actually, you guys should let me do rants. And then all of a sudden now Greg does all the rants.
I go fucking all my eyes got black like a shark when it's fucking dude. By the way, speaking of shark, I watched Jaws the other day. Is that movie not fucking incredible or what?
It's one of my favorites.
Tim,
it's in my top 10.
What?
Have you ever seen Jaws?
Yes. It's the reason why I don't like water.
Jesus, okay. It's a great movie, man. That movie scares the shit out of me.
I'll agree with Tim on that one. That's one of the reasons I fear the ocean.
Yep. Okay. I don't go in the ocean. I don't try to mess with sharks. Me and him have me and sharks have an agreement. I don't go to their living room. They don't come to mine.
What? Okay, so if you had to choose between going to space or going to the deepest part of the ocean,
give me space all day.
Space is fucking scary too.
Because I could fist fight. I think I could fist fight and win against a goddamn alien. The shark, I don't think I have a chance, or even an octopus.
But space, I mean, yes, I would choose space too. Space is fascinating to me, but it's scary. It's fucking scary up there.
They're both scary, but like, if you told me I had to go to the bottom of the ocean like the Abyss movie, I would shit my pants. every day, all day long.
Fuck that. You told me that I have to go to the bottom of the ocean. I'd be like, where's my Glock? Because I'm about to start this bitch. We're gonna empty the whole magazine into it.
Mike D says he choose the ocean. That's interesting.
Mike, you're fucking crazy, my friend. You're fucking like I'm the person that goes to San Diego and stands at least 20 yards from the water because I'm like, bitches, I don't know. There could be flying sharks for all I know. We have an agreement.
All I know is space doesn't have space sharks. So
how do you know?
I don't know that, but
I've been there.
At least what I do know.
I've been there. Space scares the shit out of me, but I think it's the most fascinating. God knows what the fuck's in the ocean, man. You want to talk about dude? You want to talk about
megalodons in the ocean?
I was having a conversation with family members yesterday about the moon landing. That's a good one.
It didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't think it happened. I definitely don't think it happened. No. Anyway,
what's more realistic? They be able to fake it, or they actually went there. Just be realistic of what is more likely to happen. Faking is more likely.
Faking it is more likely, and especially if the rumors are true that Kubrick is the one who did it, who filmed it, and he just didn't. Tanner, didn't Space Odyssey come out before the actual moon landing, or was it after?
It was before.
It was before, right? And I got to tell you, that movie was way ahead of its time as far as its special effects, and so you make it black and white. Just saying. Very interesting shit there.
Didn't happen.
You didn't happen.
The moon landing never happened. No chance.
Yeah, we're definitely having a show about that someday. There's a lot of theories. There's a lot of shit going.
There's a better chance of Whiskey Banger hooking up with Diana without me murdering him than Space.
Why did it get so dark?
No.
The fuck are you? Who's murder?
Space is dark. Come on, man.
Watch any movie you want. Fuck, just leave us alone. You don't have to kill people.
If Whiskey Banger makes her his sauce, I'm gonna murder his whole life.
Listen, we know Diana's yours. Do any of you watch the Pat McAfee show?
Pat McAfee's podcast is hilarious.
I've seen his podcast. Yes, he's good. Tanner's like, who?
No, Pat McAfee, the punter, bro.
I didn't say who.
Bro, he's like one of the best punters of all time.
Pat McAfee's funny.
And he's one of the top 10 podcasts in the world.
Pat
McAfee is fantastic.
I know.
Next thing you're going to tell me is you want Pat McAfee to go run laps.
Oh, God. Jesus. Not the last thing again.
It's okay. I like his guests more than I like him. He's kind of a douchebag a little bit.
Like a bro dude kind of.
Yeah, and I don't like
it's like that bro dude kind of with the
cut off shirts.
I know what you're talking about.
What's up, bro? Like, what's going on with the NFL? Like, dude, come on.
That sounds like you in high school, my friend.
That was in high school. Pat McAfee's an adult now.
Yeah, and for entertainment.
I'll take Pat McAfee's salary, though. I'll tell you that much.
He reminds me of
who the fuck wrote Steeler Nation?
That's your wife.
That's your wife.
I'm over. I'm out of this. Oh
my God! Now you pissed him off.
Fighting Lamar.
You know, Diana. He's a Raven. He's a Ravens fan. So Steelers, it's a no go. You're gonna have to work something out there with Filipino Meatball about that. If there's any future for you two. He's gonna sing. Listen, if you're gonna wear Steelers shirts around the house, he's got to be able to sing Greatest Showman tunes all day. I'm sorry, with the Ravens jersey on.
Do you know I only have one current Ravens jersey? The rest of them got destroyed.
Okay, so her husband's a diehard. I grew up a Jets fan. Well, that's even worse than being a Steelers fan. No offense, Diana. See, I did that. No singing. I thank God I was not a Jets fan. No offense to Jets fans. I feel you. Thank God I did not grow up a Jet fan. It was bad enough being a Met fan when they never won. Imagine if I was a Jets fan too and never saw my football team win a championship.
Do you know what I remember? I wonder what it's like being
I don't want to hear
Giants
about it.
fan.
I know what you're going to say.
With Brandon Stokely just burning
Why you got to bring up old shit? We don't talk about old shit. We don't bring up old shit.
Who was that corner? I can't remember.
I
Jason
saw it. I was
Sehorn.
there. I cried into my chicken wings that night. It's okay. Listen, we got to get Whiskey Banger to get a Nebraska championship, though. This guy's going to kill himself if you don't.
I mean, when was the last time you guys won a champ? When's the last time you won a natty?
1997.
What about before then?
1995.
95. That's not that far along.
Not bad. No, it's.
I mean, I'm like, I think Notre Dame was 89.
I do understand this bad, Diana.
88.
Yeah, it's fun.
One was 1980.
80. You know, they no, please.
Todd Blackledge was the quarterback.
Yeah, it's been very long. They're way overdue. They're not going to win.
Out of this group, I'm winning right now.
Well, yeah, if we're going college, yeah.
What? What was the last time you guys even made a playoff?
Who?
Or a BCS game?
No, he's talking about championship.
I'm talking about championship.
Winning a championship. Practice?
Never mind.
I'm strictly talking about winning a national championship.
We won women's fencing this year. Does that count for anything?
What gives a shit about women's fencing?
Bowling.
Did they have trans women doing the fencing?
No, that's Penn.
Oh, that's right. No longer follow the NFL. You're right, Greg. Not many people do anymore, unfortunately.
I follow the NFL.
Of course, well, Tim has to because he likes Greatest Showman, so he's got to follow something that's manly.
Bro, I got so many fantasy football teams this year. I have to follow.
Yeah, the NFL in general, without all the politics, it's just the quality of the sport shit. That's sports in general, though. Yeah, Tim and I are gonna have a stream soon. He talked about this as a good idea for me and him. Because I know Tanner would rather hang himself from a roof than talk about this topic. But it was the decline in baseball over the last two decades and how far it's come down.
Just remember, I sent them. Was it today or yesterday? Stat about Tony Gwynn, and then I literally sat back and thought for 10 minutes. And I was like, "There's not a soul in baseball right now that would ever touch that."
No, it's no. The sport is definitely not what it. No, not even close. I would take a piece of paper. What is this? What is Greg saying here? Take a piece of paper. Yeah, I used to love watching the NFL. It used to be my favorite part of the fall. Nope. Now it's college football. I love the idea of getting up on a Saturday. The games start at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning out here. It's all day, and all we're doing is texting each other during the whole day. It's great. I want my Showtime back because I was always tweeting about professional boxing. You know what? I used to like boxing. I never,
bruh.
Boxing's another sport. I just not anymore. Everything. Maybe
because you're dumb. Maybe because you don't have any.
Listen, I'm not a fan of The Greatest Showman, so I wouldn't say dumb.
Yo, some of us have footwork, and then there's Tanner.
Are you footloose?
We could put the ladders back out, Tanner. I'll burn you up and down those ladders.
Mike D knows. Mike D said he was ranting about baseball. I love watching Listen, Tanner thinks I'm fucking crazy, but I do love watching the sport. It's not the same. And you know what? I think even Whiskey Banger would even admit, even college football somewhat is maybe declined in some ways in the last decade.
Yep.
It's declined ever since the Kenny Bell hit.
He's a massive college football fan. He's been his whole life. So I think we can all say, and it could be we're getting older, we're noticing things that younger fans don't. But I think every
Mike, who do you have tomorrow?
What is Usyk for Josh? Is this UFC?
That's boxing. Those are heavyweights, bro.
I don't even know about boxing anymore. Let's fight.
Josh was so much bigger, but Usyk is he's slick. He knows how to get in and out of range so well.
Look at Greg breaking down. You guy does stocks. He's fucking breaking down fucking boxing matches. Holy shit. I want to be like him when I get older. He's got my name. Boxing to me is listen, God bless you for still following it. I don't know what the hell's going on. The last time I remember a boxing match was when I don't even remember the last boxing match I actually watched. I used to love it. I used to like boxing. I used to.
Dude, the last boxing match I watched was freaking Tyson biting
Evander Holyfield. Jesus. I think maybe the only other one was the Pacquiao. What was the big match that Pacquiao was fighting somebody?
Pacquiao and Mayweather,
and even that was terrible. That was such a farce. can watch Jake. Is it Jake Paul now? He boxes. You can watch him.
Get his face beat in, but he never fights anybody.
No, that's my point. The young generation, like, oh my god, he's so dreamy. He boxes. He's a fucking retard.
Put him in there one round against Roy Jones Jr. No,
Roy Jones Jr. He's like 70 though.
He would still beat the brakes off of him.
Still beat the crap out of him.
That's very true. That's very racist of you, Tim.
Because he's black?
You're such a misogynist.
Should I have said he'll beat the hockey puck out of him? What do you want me to say?
I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. All right. Anyway. Okay. So anyway, all of our computers are going to die here soon. Mine already did try to kill itself. The only boxer I like is Rocky. That's very true, Diana. Rocky's amazing. Best ever. Okay, I think we've done this long enough. 3.5. Wow, what are you going to say? It's better than Rocky?
I got to go find food.
He's no machine. Okay. I love you guys, Diana, Mike, Greg, for following, whoever else was following and listening in. You guys are awesome. This is 3.5 hours, the longest I've ever done, and I think I'm about to pass out. But it was great. It was great. I don't know what we're going to talk about next. I guarantee you there will be a She-Hulk conversation coming up in the future. I know it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Anyway, I love you all. This has been a great show, actually. I really do appreciate everyone. Whiskey Banger, Filipino Meatball, as always. Where's my outro? This is what happens when you're up. I don't even know where my outro is. I don't know what's going on.
We gotta carry this fucking show, Whiskey Banger. Jesus Christ.
I swear to God, man. I got it. We're good. I love you all. Appreciate you all. We'll see you next week. I'll be back live Monday myself. I'll see you next week, Whiskey Banger and Filipino. You better fucking be there. I don't want to hear any excuses. We'll see. Go watch The Greatest Showman. I love you all. Bye.